Okay.
All right, we already got somebody in chat. What's going on, Mario?
What's up?
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to the first ever live Verbal Nectar podcast. That's right. The ridiculous name brought to you by a ridiculous person. All right, so this is my first time doing this, guys, so bear with me. I got the lovely, multi-talented metal queen, JaxB TheRipper, joining me today.
Sounds like you said mental queen. Like he means metal queen because a lot of heavy metal.
Metal, yes. She's going to be kind of helping me out here. If anything happens and there's a crash, we'll just have to... Oh, what you got there?
Jameson Irish whiskey. I was just going to toast.
Right. All right. I'm over here keeping it simple. Got some Blue Moon. You know, knowing my luck, I'll probably just spill it all over the damn laptop live.
I'm trying not to do that, so let's not do each other right now.
Mango wheat. Zeus. All right. Gilbert. What's going on? We got Zeus in the house. What's going on, Zeus, Mario, Gilbert? Oh, yes. We can bullshit a little bit, make sure some more people come in, and then we'll go ahead and get it started.
Yeah.
All right. That's right. Got the Iron Maiden in the background. That's right. Represent Maiden.
Oh, there we go. There's the guy. Okay.
All right. Yay. You can hear me pretty good, though, right?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
Right. Oh, yeah. You're coming out pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's a good Wi-Fi day, I guess, because I'm using my laptop, and I was like, okay, good Wi-Fi. Let's hope it stays that way.
What? I know, right? Oh shit, we got Beefy McWhat now.
McWhat now?
That's right. What's up, Beefy? Oh, we got Brad Movies up in here. What? People just popping in, jumping in. The word has gotten out. Phat Samurai Guy has lost his mind, and he is going live. What is he thinking? What is he doing?
Like, since when does he do that?
Well, it looks like, I've seen Jax do it on her channel, and it looks like she's having a lot of fun. So I guess I might as well try it out.
Might as well.
Yeah, I'd like to do more of these. I really do. In the future, me and you, we could do a lot of talking about movies and music and bands. I did get those requests, those links. Of all those bands you want me to check out, like Haunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Traveler and Haunt. Yeah, I gotta make some purchases.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think all right now is only through Bandcamp though. So that's not, I don't mind Bandcamp, but it's just the fact that first of all, a lot of the proceeds doesn't really go to them, which sucks.
Right.
Also, it takes a while to ship out stuff because it's kind of independent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll get it at least, but
yeah. Brandon Champion is here. What's going on, brother? Antonio Nicolas. I'll have you pronounce that one, Jackson.
Nicolas, yeah. It's just Antonio Nicolas. Pretty much on point.
I've only had 2 years of high school Spanish. Okay? I'm horrible.
But what did you think of TheRipper? Did you like TheRipper?
Well, I only licked. I've only licked. I've only listened to Haunt and Traveler, and I'm digging them. I haven't listened to all of them yet, though.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot. I did bombard you with like full-length albums, so it wasn't even like a song.
Right. Dark Legion 75 has arrived. What's going on? What's happening? Oh yeah, he says I so need some Halloween spirit right now. Oh yeah, you're gonna get some today.
Brandon bought a lot of steel books because of you.
Steel books.
Okay, you're getting donations.
Oh well, thank you, Beefy McWhat now. All right, thank you, sir, for the donation. You rock. You are awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. So we.
I'm ready to get into it, dude. I'm like excited. You need
ready?
to start it. You need to start
you
it.
Ready to?
You left such a huge cliffhanger with the one where you go over your friend's house. I need to know now. So, are you so?
Oh,
you froze a
little bit. Here. that's normal.
That normal, that happens every now and then when they freeze. There you go. There you go. I think you're getting better.
Okay, cool.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. All right. So everyone who is listening and watching right now, we are here to talk about ghost stories. That's right. And not just ghost stories, but mostly stuff that we've have experienced personally. And now I'm just going to let everybody know I got some interesting ones. They're interesting. I'm probably going to start first, Jax, because I know you're going to totally just eclipse everything that I'm going to say. I'm sure your stories are going to be a lot more interesting than mine, but I figure let me start small and build up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think, well, just to make it clear, like there's only been one go. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just start with you. Let's just go ahead and start with you.
Okay. Thanks again, Brandon Champion, for the donation. You rock. Thank you so much. Alejandro Cabrera. How you doing? That's how he's going to be known for the rest of the stream. He's just going to be Alejandro Cabrera. All right. Here we go. So we're here to talk about ghost stories, guys. So I got my bootleg list over here, and I'm going to start small. And I know what you're thinking, Samurai. Did you see a ghost? Did you see a ghost? I have never seen a ghost, but I have experienced some things, and we're going to get into it now. So I'm going to start small and build up to probably the most really, seriously, really, okay. And then we're going to head over to Jax. All right. Oh, also make sure you guys go over to JaxB, TheRipper's YouTube channel and subscribe. A lot of cool stuff over there. Yeah. All right. So this is not just me. This is from my two sisters. A little brief story. My two sisters. So when they were late teens, went over a relative's house to spend the night. And they were not on the pot. They were very clean. They were good. Plus, the relative they were staying with, if that person found out,
absolutely, yeah.
So we're just talking to a little sleepover, right? So in the middle of the night, up in the attic, okay, they heard it freaked them out so much, okay, that they both woke up at the same time, scared, sweating, ran to each other and was like, what the fuck was that? What was that? Guess what they heard in the attic? Okay. They weren't drinking. They weren't on the sauce, but they heard little children laughing in the attic, running around, footsteps playing in the attic. Scared them so much they went to the relative that they stayed with, woke her up, right? She got up and she goes, no, don't go up there. There's nothing up there. It's probably rats, right? And maybe it's cats. Go back to sleep. Leave me alone, right? They went back to sleep, okay? Maybe an hour. Well, they didn't go back to sleep. They went and laid back down, okay? And then an hour later, again, childlike laughter in the attic, running around, little footsteps, right? Freaked them out. They ran, woke up the relative again. We're like, look, how could you not hear this, right? Let's go up to the attic and investigate. So, of course, to humor them, she goes up to the attic, opens it up. They look in, nothing, right? No rat droppings, as if rats were up there, no cats. Completely clear, nothing up there, right? And I know what you're thinking. Well, maybe they told you this story, Samurai, because their sister's trying to mess with you and give you nightmares. But no,
Are they older sisters or younger sisters? I'm curious. Are they older than you or younger than you? Your sister's
they're
older?
Okay. They're older. But when they told the story to me, it wasn't just to me. It was to the family. And I was an adult by then. So there was no hey, let's mess with our little brother, give him nightmares, right? There was none of that. So that was, I just never forgot that, right? I was just like, So what do you think? What do you think about that one? They were on the sauce or...
I think if they're going to be doing crazy shit like that, I don't think they're going to be doing it at a relative's house, especially if it's traditional. So unless they really want to live on the wild side, but it doesn't really sound like your sisters live on the wild side.
No. But yeah, I always thought that was interesting. I always remembered that. Someone's asking, do we like Kubrick? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick, one of the greatest movie directors of all time. Very controversial also. But we can get into Kubrick a little bit later. All right, story number 2. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm not going to get into too much detail of the different places I used to work. It's really nobody's business, like where I used to work and what I kind of did for a living. It's kind of a personal thing. Even though I don't work there anymore, it's still out of respect, for the people that I did enjoy working with. I'm not going to, say their names is what I'm saying. I'm going to change everybody's names and all that stuff, okay? Out of respect for the people that I did enjoy working with, okay?
Real quick, so you have a question real quick. It says, have you seen Dark Crystals on, I don't know if he means Dark Crystal or Crystals, or maybe they came out with a second, I don't know, on Netflix.
Yeah, there was a series of Dark Crystal based off the movie that they released on Netflix, and it was supposed to be a prequel to the film from the 80s. I really wanted to watch it. I really wanted to support it because it had practical effects was the focus. Old school, 80s kid, practical effects and puppetry from the Jim Henson company was the focus. So it looked amazing. I failed. I never got around watching it. But I will, as long as it's still on Netflix. I will check it out. All right, story number.
So I don't like Dark Crystal. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get into it.
You know what though? Oh, with the series or the original movie?
The original movie. I saw like the first 20 minutes. It's like, I'm done.
You know what? I hate to say this, but I don't remember anything about it. Like, I have not seen Dark Crystal in years, in so long. I remember it looking cool for for the puppetry and the effects and the makeup. I remember that, but I don't remember the story. I don't remember anything. But I'd like to revisit it one day. And you never know. We might do a discussion, me and you, about it. We'll be like, man, that was some bullshit back then. But you never know. I think out of the two, majority of people enjoyed Labyrinth.
Yeah.
The most out of the two. But just because that was my era of movies growing up.
And David Bowie was in it.
Huh?
That and David Bowie was in it.
Well, yeah. But since that was like my era of movies growing up, I should probably just for the hell of it, I'll revisit Dark Crystal and maybe talk about it in the future. All right. So remember, I'm going to change all the names here. All right. We got Bob. Okay. So while I'm at work, Bob's at the front desk. And right next to the front desk, we have metal detectors, right? Bob calls me over the radio and tells me to come up to the front desk. He's freaking out. And I'm like, what's going on, man? And he goes, where he was sitting, there's a wall right behind him. Where he was sitting, he heard a really big, loud bang, as if somebody just the wall, concrete wall right behind him. Just wow. And he was like, what the, right? Keep in mind, only me and him are the only people in the building. Okay? No janitorial, maintenance wasn't there. This was on the weekend, right? So it's just me and him. Okay? Now, you never know. Could be rats. We're going to go back to this a lot. It could be rats. It could be, who knows? But yeah, just wham. It freaked him out. He got up, okay? Because I watched him on camera. All right? He got up, came out of the front desk, looking at the wall like, what the hell happened? At the same time, okay? At the same time, the metal detectors right next to him over here went off as if someone walked through them.
Oh, no.
Okay? And on camera, because I watched this, I viewed it, you see the lights go on as if someone walked through, and the sound goes, burp. All that happens as if someone walked through and then walked through the other one right after the wall. So that's another, like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? No explanation. We could get a lot of people saying, oh, maybe it's, glitches in the system. We're probably going to get a lot of those. So, yeah, that's what happened with Bob. So we're going to keep going here. All right. It's going to get a little bit more interesting now. So what was by myself, no janitorial, no maintenance. The other person I was working with at the front desk, similar weekend, right? I'm in the kitchen, right? Cooking something in the microwave, washing my hands, right? And there's a cubicle right next to the kitchen on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Behind all the cubicles in the back, that's kind of like the HR area, right? There's nobody there, all right? It's late at night. There's nobody there. It's just me and the other guy. I'm not making this up to make a good story or anything. I'm not making it up. It's just me. So I'm fixing my meal. Everything's pretty much whisper thin, quiet. I don't know if I said that right, but it was really quiet. In the cubicle right next to me, okay, someone's typing.
I was about to spit it out.
Okay. All right. And it's not like, oh, maybe a rat or a bug or a lizard or something ran across the keyboard. Okay. It was like, hello, how are you today? Like it was literally like somebody was typing an email. I could hear it. It's right here. I can hear it. And I'm like, is somebody here? So it's right here, right? I hear that click, 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 click. I immediately go over to the cubicle and I look, nobody there. Didn't hear the clicks. The clicks stopped. I didn't see any keyboard buttons moving. I didn't see any movement, but it was loud enough to get my attention to where I was like, that didn't make any fucking sense, man. Oh, Beefy gave us another $10. Well, thank you.
Well, I gave you. It's connected to your account.
Samurai, my parents worked at a factory where a wolf attacked a woman on way to work. Some men helped and stabbed the wolf. Later, it was revealed that a man had the stab wounds in the same places. What in the world?
So was it like, I don't want to say it's a shapeshifter. What is the Native American one called? Because there's a Native American, like Native Americans don't like witches, but it's not like Native American. Huh?
Is it the Wendigo?
No, I think it's like skinwalkers or something like that.
Skinwalker.
And usually what they do is just it's usually a wolf or a coyote around one of those animals. And they just put it over themselves and they turn into that animal and they go attack people. You really have to like lay down and like ignore them, like they're not there. But that sounds kind of like that. I mean, but that's usually more like, New Mexico and Arizona kind of areas. Right. I mean, I guess it could happen like in the desert parts of California. I'm not saying it's not possible. I haven't heard any stories from there.
Right. Hey, you never know. I mean, stuff travels. You never know if something appears in another state or country. You never know. But yeah, I mean, and somebody said right here, was that Kupi Malik? Sorry if I said that wrong. He says, just because you can't see it does not mean it isn't there.
Oh, I like how you did narrate it. You should be a narrator.
I should be a narrator?
Maybe one day, if I have something, I don't know, it depends the idea. Maybe I'll have you narrate a video. I don't know what, but at least I know.
Voiceover?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will gladly do that. Okay, here we go. Okay. So.
Arizona, yeah, he said right there, yep, Arizona. Yep, I knew it.
See, that's why you're here. Your knowledge. All right. On the same vein, I was supposed to keep going there. So, while patrolling the building, again, me and just one person on the weekend, right? There is these big, huge, long aisles where the power industrial trucks usually go through. To go up and down to take pallets in and out and put pallets up. And they have to go down. It's all electric, right? Like once they drive in the aisles, it's almost like a track they hook up to, and it keeps them safely going forward and backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one day I was patrolling in that area, okay? Excuse me. And one aisle over here, the light sensors go on. So if the light sensors go on the floor, that means there's something there.
Yeah.
Right? So this aisle and then 3 aisles down, lights I could see because I'm walking. I could see the lights on the floor come on as if something's there. And are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
If there comes that.
Oh crap! You're gonna have to repeat it
Right.
one more time because you're cutting off a little bit. Repeat it one more time.
If the light on the floor.
The lights on the floor.
Right. That means the actual equipment, the PIT equipment, has to be on and has to move. Okay.
Okay.
So I look, and it looked like, I'm not positive, but where the PIT was originally, it looked like it moved a few feet. Because I'm like, why does it look a little farther down? Because I went to investigate. Because why did the floor lights come on?
Yeah.
Right. So me being an idiot, I go around and I check both of them. It looked like both of them moved a few feet each. There's no driver. I'm the only one in the building besides another person. And both PIT equipment, the power was off.
Oh.
Explain. I can't explain it. Right? Yeah. Again, the rats. The rats must have ran and triggered the floor sensors, and I'm seeing things, right? Okay, keep going here. Oh, office lights. Office lights. Each office light, again, has a sensor where the light automatically comes on, right? Sometimes
just
I'll
like
walk by
when you walk in the bathroom.
Right? I'll walk by all the offices, right? Lights will be off. I'll walk back, the lights are on. Mm-hmm. I'm the only one in the building. And not like all of the lights. Selective office lights are on. So what does that mean? Right? There's nobody in the building. The doors are locked. Mm-hmm. But the lights are just randomly coming on. So that was another little weird thing, right? Let's see here. All right. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. You'll like this one. So outside of the building, we have a truck gate, all right, where trucks can show up and meet with the guard at the truck gate, right, and exchange paperwork and information, and then they go to the shipping office. They drive in the yard, they go to the shipping office, and then they drop the trailer and leave, right? Mm-hmm. That's what happens outside of the building. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm outside the truck gate, all right? I'm going to call her, out of respect for her, I'm going to call her Jessica, all right? Mm-hmm. Jessica, it's not a real name, but Jessica was really great person to work with. She was no nonsense. She was there to work, no complaining, no bitching, no whining. She was there to work and make money to feed her kids, right? To survive. Mm-hmm. That's all she was there. She was always business. She didn't fuck around. Somebody got on the line, she'd check them. As long as a few years that I've worked with her, she's always been straight business, no fucking around, right? She'd come there to work, to do her job, make her money, and go home, right? And that's the kind of people you want to work with, right? You don't want to work with assholes, right? So as long as a couple of years that I've worked with her, we've gotten along great because we're just there to be professional and work. This happened one night, and I'll never forget it. Okay? So I'm outside in the truck gate, right? Waiting for trucks. This is the weekend. This is at night. She's up in the building at the front desk. Okay? She tells me, because we communicate with each other over the radio, right? She tells me, she goes, "Hey, I'm gonna lock the front door so that way I can leave the desk and go to the restroom." Right?
Okay.
She's just letting me know what's going on. And then when she gets back to the desk, she'll unlock the front door and let me know she's back at her post, right? She goes and does that, right? And then I don't hear from her, for like maybe 2-3 minutes, right? 4 or 5 minutes. She calls me hysterical over the radio. She calls me hysterical. She is in hysterics. She does not sound like herself. She is scared shitless. right? And she's like, you gotta come up here. You gotta come up here right now. You gotta hurry up and come up here. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Is somebody sneak in? I'm about to fuck somebody up right now, right? So I leave the truck gate because there's no trucks. We shut the gate. I run up to the front desk and I told her, you got to come to the. I don't see anyone because the restroom's right there by the front desk. The restroom's to the left. And she's inside, and I say, I can't come in unless you unlock the front door. You have to unlock the front door. And she's saying, he's out there. Somebody's out there. I'm like, I'm looking in front of the restroom. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nobody there. And I'm trying to calm her down. I'm like, look, I'm here. I don't see anyone. Come out, unlock the door, and I'll come in and investigate. Okay. She comes out and she's shaking. Keep in mind, this is the hard-nosed, balls to the wall. Just try to say something with her. Just try and see see the result. I mean, that's how she was. This, policy, follow policy, do her job. She was balls to the wall. She came out of there shaking. She was like this. I said, open the door, right? She opens up the door, okay? I come in. I'm like, what's going on? Okay. She goes, this is what she said. She said when she went into the restroom, she locked the front door, then she went to the restroom right next to the front desk. She said that she heard right next to the restroom on the other side is the smoking room, right? She said she heard the smoking room door swish open. Okay. Keep in mind, you can't open that door unless you have a valid card. Your badge unlocks the door. Okay. The door opens. She said she heard a man, or it could be a woman, you never know, or it's most likely it was probably a ghost. Footsteps running from behind, from the smoke room, from behind the front desk, straight all the way to the cafeteria doors. The cafeteria doors open and slam shut. And she's freaking the fuck out. Okay. And I said, okay, let's check the camera footage. Let's go. And then I'll investigate. Right. Nothing on the cameras. Nothing. And unfortunately, the angle that would show the cafeteria door slam, unfortunately, that camera angle was not working that night.
Oh God. Yeah.
But that would have been perfect to see a door open by itself and shut. That would have been perfect, right? But how convenient that the camera angle that way wasn't working, right? And you couldn't see the camera angle of the smoking room door open, and you couldn't see that either.
Yeah.
But she was scared. There's no reason for her to make this up.
Yeah.
There was no reason for it. And she's like this. I've never seen her like this. So me being an idiot, straight out of a horror movie, I go and investigate by myself. I check every closet.
Cheers to you on that. You're the brave one.
I'm trying to be a hero, So I check every closet, every office, every room, the whole building. I come back. I told her there's nobody here. And she asked me to stay with her for a little while. And then she started to calm down. She said she was okay. And then she asked if we could switch. And she went to the truck gate outside, and I remained on the front desk. And I never heard or seen anything while I was there. But that one was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, that just came out of nowhere with her. She was just scared. So what do you think of that one? The rats?
It's bringing back. No, that can't. That has to be a huge rat. It's
cheers,
bringing back a lot of memories. Yeah, cheers to everyone. But it's bringing back a lot of memories from when I used to work at Kmart. I have a lot now. All the stories are coming back. You have a subscriber said, Samurai most haunted operation. Asia has different experience. Most hauntings. Oh, shit, it moved. Most hauntings include apparitions you could see clearly. Have you ever seen one?
No, so far And with my experience, we'll get to Jackson's experiences later, but with mine so far, I have not seen anything yet. But here's something interesting. So again, another similar story where just me and I'm at the front desk, person's at the guard shack, nobody there in the building. And a guy comes in to deliver a load. So he comes in through the guard shack, right? Then he goes and delivers and he comes back out. And I guess he forgot that on the weekends, can you hear me still? Yeah, I guess he forgot that on the weekends there's no.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just
there's no. Oh, it's all right. I guess the truck driver forgot that there's no shipping offices open on the weekend.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to handle everything with the guard at the truck gate over the weekend. So out of habit, he just, because he's been there a lot, out of habit, he went to the shipping office and went inside. Right. But he already did the paperwork with, I know what happened. He went to the shipping office to use the restroom. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. So he handles everything with the guard at the truck gate. He goes in to the shipping office to go up, use the restroom, come back down. And then on his way out, he tells the guard at the truck gate, I thought you said nobody was here. And the guard's like, there's no one here. There's no one here. There's no shipping reps on the weekends unless there's production, announced. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's a guy standing in the shipping office. I was looking right through the window at him. And he's like, no, there's nobody here. And again, you need ID to swipe in and out of things, out of offices. So we would see what would come up on screen of who's here, who's swiping where. There's nothing for shipping and receiving. Nothing. But the truck driver was like legitimately like really confused. Like there's some, he's like, do you have janitorial here? Like, do you have, was he a cleaning crew guy? Was he maintenance? And the guard was like, there's nobody here. You must be seeing things. And the guy was like, all right, man, I gotta go. This is creepy. And he got in his truck and he bolted out of there. He was not messing around.
Yeah.
So then there's that story. All right, here we go. Oh, wow. Thank you, John Martinez, for the start the ruckus. That's right. Starting the fucking ruckus. Thanks, John, for the donation. You rock, sir. Thank you so much. So, little girl sightings is the next story.
Oh, God.
So, at that building, I was there for about 2 years so far in. Mm-hmm. And I've always heard of people saying they would go back in the HR admin area in the back, and they would see a little girl there, and they would wonder how is there a child in here? They can't let children in the building. Like, what is this? And a lot of this is coming from the cleaning crew, and they would tell these stories, and of course nobody really believes them and stuff like that. But they'd be like, is there someone bring their child in here? Like, and then the girl would disappear. Right. Mm-hmm. So he's like, it's called Strigoi Vampire.
Oh, it's because he has. I was just gonna wait till you're finished and then I would read it. But he's telling a story. It's just like YouTube in the comment section. They only let you put a certain amount of typing letters. But he has like 3 comments. I don't know if you want to stop for a minute and read it, or it basically starts off where it says 802.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of scrolled up. I'll have to go back up and check it out later. But there's always been this story of a little girl sightings. Always a little girl, right? The same description too. Braided hair, short. Obviously, she's a little girl, right? So we've always hear these things, and I don't pay any mind because it's my job. I got to go back there and check things out, come out. And then one day, I'm not making this up. Okay. So people are in the building this time. People are actually in the building this time.
Mm-hmm.
My desk is over here. The other cubicles are on the sides and the back of where other people sit and do their work, HR and whatnot, some of HR. And I'm here, and my fellow buddy that's working with me is in the kitchen, okay? No, he is on the other side. He's on the other side of the kitchen, walking that way. Out of nowhere, you hear, which sounds like a small
Okay.
his
You're cutting off a little bit. You might want to start back where you said a small child. Like it sounds like a small child. I think that's what you said.
We heard it really loud, blood curdling scream from what sounded like came from a small child.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone freaked the fuck out. Everyone. Me, because half of me is like, okay, somebody's in trouble. I got to respond, right? So I get up from my desk, run over to where the scream was, right? And my buddy who's on the other side meets me halfway, and we're looking at each other. He's like, bro, did you hear that? And it wasn't like it was outside. And there was nothing. We checked the cameras outside. There was nobody there. Okay?
Yeah.
This happened in the HR cubicle area. The other two workers that were there were like scared shitless. They were like, what the fuck was that? This was a loud, notice me, blood-curdling scream that sounded, that sounded like it came from a small child. And guess what? That scream was not too far from where the little girl sightings are at.
Oh.
It's not that far away. It's basically where everyone sees the little girl sightings. It's basically maybe 20 feet in this direction away from it. And we did our patrols. We searched everywhere to make sure we didn't miss anything, make sure nobody was hurt. And yeah, it didn't make any sense. But it was so close and loud that it was straight out of a horror film. Like it was just like, what the fuck was that, man? What was that? You know? Yeah. And me thinking somebody's hurt, I'm going to respond quickly, but nothing, nobody there. Nobody was there. No one. And to make things even more a little creepy, not too long after that, it was a while after that. One of my other coworkers goes back there to use the restroom.
Yeah.
The same area, okay, where the sightings are at. She goes back there, and the janitorial lady that was in there vacuuming approaches her kind of pissed off a little bit and confused. Mm-hmm. And she comes up to her and goes, "Did you unplug the vacuum?" She goes, "Did you unplug the vacuum?" Right? And my coworker's like, "No, there's no reason for me to do that. I just came back here to use the restroom." She's like, "I was just vacuuming, okay? And I had a lot of slack. It wasn't like I kept going and I unplugged it myself." And all of a sudden, it stops. I turn around and the plug is not plugged in. By the way, why is it so cold in here?
Is cold in your room?
This is what she says.
Oh, I thought you because you really looked around. I was like, well, good for you because it's not
you're gonna see it live. That's what she tells her. She goes, "And why is it so cold in here? Does maintenance have the air conditioning on?" That's just what I'm saying. That's another weird one in the same area of the little girl site. The same area, not too far from this blood-curdling scream. There's no reason or profit for the janitorial worker to make that up.
Yeah.
Just part of the cleaning crew.
Especially just out of a random day. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, don't worry. We're going to get to you. I know I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. At least I'm keeping an eye on the comments for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I'm so into the storytelling. All right. This one's gonna be a good one, and then I'll end it with the finale when I went to spend the night at my buddy's house, which I know you're waiting to hear. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything, but it's interesting. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. So we have two buildings, right? Building, warehouse, distribution center over here, warehouse, distribution center over here. Okay. And this was many years ago. Like a long time ago. Excuse me. And the two co-workers that I'm familiar with work at the other building, and I'm at this building. And one day they told me a story that they were like, dude, we can't explain it. It freaked us the fuck out. We're kind of angry about it because now we look like we need to go get drug tested or some shit. Like they didn't look happy, but they were like, we have to tell someone. We have to tell someone because they told the supervisor and he didn't believe them. But I'm going to get into it. I'm going to say, well, what happened, right? Now, keep in mind, they have no idea that eventually some point, many years from now, I'm going to be transferred to their warehouse. They don't have that, It's not like, hey, let's scare the new guy. They don't know I'm going to be transferred over there in a couple of years. And we just met. Like, I didn't really know them that long, right? So for them to tell me this is like, there's really no huge benefit to them, except they just need to rant and they need to tell someone who might believe their story, right? Okay. So they told me one night, again, at night, just two people working. No janitorial, no maintenance, just two, okay? At night. Ooh, I'm going to go back to another one, but I'm going to finish this one first. I forgot one more. One more small snippet. But this one, we'll get to this one. I'm already talking about it. So they told me, again, one person on the front desk watching the cameras, another person at the truck gate, right? And there's cameras out there. So basically, they're saying, the guy at the front desk looks on the camera, and in the middle of the DC, he sees an old man that kind of looked like dressed in old-timey clothes, but it was hard to tell. Had his head down and was kind of walking like this slowly in the middle of the DC, in the middle of the building. And he's like, he calls the guy, the guy at the truck gate. He's like, dude, turn the camera. What you call? Do you see this? Do you see this? Am I seeing things? I think somebody's in the building, bro. I think somebody's in the building. And he goes, dude, I see it. That's two people. That's two witnesses that see it, right? Then he goes, yo, because that's how they talk back then. Yo, shut down the truck gate. Shut down the truck gate. Come up here. We need to lock the front door. And we need to go investigate right now. I think somebody got in the building, right? Locks it down, comes up, locks the front door. They get in the golf cart. They get in the utility cart, right?
Yeah.
They're driving to where they saw the old man, okay? They see the old man. So not only did they see the old man on camera, they physically saw an old man wearing old-timey clothes, kind of, walking in the middle aisle of hotel, right? Mm-hmm. They're driving behind him, and they're yelling and screaming like, sir, you need to stop right now. Sir, how'd you get in here? We're going to call the cops. You need to stop right now. He's just ignoring them. He's just walking, ignoring them, right? Here's where it gets trippy. So he's walking down the mid aisleway, right? They're behind him. They're behind him in the cart. He turns right. Okay, because there's all these aisles that blocks your view. So he was walking up the main aisle where you can see him. Then he turned right. They drove right behind him. He was gone, disappeared.
And they were in a cart and everything, so they should be able to go after a little old man like that. Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't like they were super far away. They caught up with him. And as soon as he turned the corner, they were like, let's drive around him. Gone. Freaked them so much. They freaked the fuck out so much. They woke up the supervisor. They said, you need to come down here right now. Supervisor woke up mid-sleep, drove all the way down there. Went in there. And he was like, well, first show it to me on camera first, what you saw before we go investigate, right? Guess what? They pull it up on camera. All you see on camera, you don't see the old man. All you see on camera are are the two co-workers in the golf cart yelling and chasing nothing.
Oh my God. That's like not even
That's
an
all you
orb
see.
or anything. Not
They
even an
even they
orb.
even went back further to the footage where they saw it first before they investigated. Nothing. Nothing there.
Yeah.
And the supervisor's like pissed off now. He's like, you woke me up for this. He was legitimately mad. He's like, you know, are you guys okay? Do I need to send you guys to the clinic? Do you need to get drug tested right now? Like, you know, they were fine. They were freaking the fuck out. And he's like, I gotta go. Apparently, you guys were just seeing things. You guys searched the whole building. There's nobody inside the building. I'm going home. Give me a call if you see something, right? So he leaves. Well, I kind of knew the supervisor before he left. And so I talked to him privately to verify the story, just to see if the two guys were fucking with me or, you know, whatever. And he goes, no, they woke me up in hysterics. He's like, no, they called me and woke me up scared shitless. And I went down there and didn't see a damn thing. So he didn't smell any alcohol on them. He didn't smell any weed on them. They were perfectly fine, just nervous because why would two people in two different areas see the same thing? Why would they make that up? They weren't even close to each other. Two different areas of the warehouse, saw the same thing on camera, went to research it, physically saw it, and then it was gone. Yeah, so that happened. Did I see an old man walking around? No. You know, eventually when I was transferred there several years later, I didn't see anything like that. But I never forgot that, especially when I verified it with the supervisor. So there's another ghost story for you.
Yeah.
All right, so but I forgot this one, and then I'll get to the creme de la creme, and then you can go, okay? And I'm sure it's going to blow me away. Well, you know what? You know, the beer is getting warm here. The beer is getting warm. Let me take care of this. Blue moon mango weed. All right.
And there's going to be a blue moon on Halloween. It's supposed to be crazy that night.
I know, right? So, one more mini story, and then I'll get to the main meat, and then you can take over. Go to the Jax show.
Okay.
So, co-worker at the front desk, right? Can see a screen of anybody swiping in and what locations of the building show up. If anyone swipes their badge, they can see it. To the left, another screen where they have all the cameras everywhere. So if anyone tries to do anything stupid, they can go fuck them up. But the camera over here shows the entrance gate, like the vehicle entrance gate. And right next to the vehicle entrance gate, right, is a pedestrian gate. So if you're not driving in to try to get in, to swipe your badge to get in, you can go walk up to the pedestrian gate, swipe your badge, and get in, right? Well, not only did this happen one night, but this happened 3 nights in a row. And it happened always after 2 a.m.
Oh, God. Of course it does.
All right, here we go. So my coworker calls me up. He's like, dude, look, I don't understand this. Is the system fritzing out like right now? Like, what's going on? So on the screen with the badge swipes, you see a name pop up. Boom, 205. Boom, 206. Boom, 208. Boom, 209. As if someone is standing outside the pedestrian gate, swiping their badge, trying to come into work. Now, this is graveyard shift. This is the weekend. There's nobody here. Okay. So at the same time, I'm looking at it. At the same time as the swipes are popping up, We're turning to the camera on the pedestrian gate, and there's nobody there. There's nobody there.
Uh-huh.
So we look up the person's name. That person was termed 5 years ago.
Oh.
Now you could say, well, maybe the system's glitchy. You know,
From
maybe
4
there's
years ago?
I'm throwing the Hail Mary of what else it could be, right? I mean, that's what the skeptics are probably saying. There's a glitch in the system. It was the rats.
Yes. Or rats just went into the system and got everything done. Yeah.
Right. So, me being an idiot, I went out and investigated. Yeah. Nothing was there. The very next night, after 2 a.m.,
you glitched a little bit. You glitched a little bit after 2 a.m. What?
After game. After 2.
Oh, crap! You're glitching. Hold on.
Am I glitching? All right, let's.
There you go. You're back to normal. You're back to normal now. Okay.
Okay. As John Martinez is saying, glitch in the matrix, LOL. So, the same name of a person who's been termed 5 years ago appears at the pedestrian gate 205, 206. A little bit later, 208, 209. We're looking on camera, nothing. The third day, after 2 a.m., a different name shows up. 205, 206, 208, 209. Different name. They're calling. My boy's calling me. He's like, dude, you got to come. It's happening again. Come up here. We look at the camera. Nobody there. Right? We looked up this person's name, and this person was termed 8 years ago. It was either 7 or 8 years.
Oh, crap. Oh, fuck. Oh, there we go. We're back. You looked up this person's name and what? Because it glitched. That's why.
It was. I don't remember the number per se, but it was at least 7 or 8 years this person has been termed, and this name is popping up after 2 a.m. around the same times. Now, are these previous associates dead? I don't know this. I don't know them. But it was just kind of weird that every night around the same time, when no one physically out there, we would get these swipes as if someone's trying to get in. So there was that story. All right. Now
I wonder if you guys ever did any investigation, like maybe they were dead or something and they just thought they had to go back to work.
No, we just didn't really look into it because it stopped after that. We never saw it.
That probably was scary to know. That probably scare the hell out of you guys.
Yeah. Plus, it's probably, even if something did happen to them, it's probably be confidential. Like they wouldn't tell us, even if they knew if something did happen to them. So, but now for the finale here. I did not see anything. I just want to let everybody know now. I didn't see anything. But the fact that I was being told this information, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right now? All right. So, because I like the guy, I'm not going to go by his real name. He's going to be called Phil. So Phil worked with him several years. Cool dude. Great family man, great, really good husband, really great father, and just worked his butt off. Very hard worker, very good dude. And we kind of gelled, we got into Call of Duty when Modern Warfare 2 came out. That's how long ago this happened. And we were playing Modern Warfare 2 all the time back in the day. And then one day, a couple of times I would go over his house, his apartment. I would go over there. And, I've met his wife, and I met and her mom, his mother-in-law. I've met them. Very nice, sweet people. Very nice. And I would come over a couple times and game with them a little bit, or, crack some brewskis back. And, no big deal. And then one day I was like, it was last minute, kind of out of nowhere. I don't really like doing this, but I kind of needed to get out. So I was like, hey, is it cool if I come over and like we chill, pizza, beer, play some games, and then I just spend the night.
Mm-hmm.
Just hang out. I can sleep on the couch. My snoring will wake up. It won't wake everybody up. I'll promise. I'll try to control my snoring. I'm trying to sell it to them, right?
Yeah.
Right. So remember, last minute, nothing really planned out. And he's like, yeah, go and come over tonight, man. Yeah, I got a lot of beer left over. We'll order a pizza. We'll do some gaming, right? And I went over his house. Everything was cool. Everything was chill. Sitting down, eating pizza, drinking beer. He was showing off his Nintendo Wii. That's how far we go back. He's showing off his Nintendo Wii. I think it was the Wii.
So I was 17 or 18 then, back barely getting out of high school.
Yeah, it was one of the older Nintendo consoles. Sorry if I don't remember that detail, but he's kind of showing that Wii or Wii U, one of those. I don't remember. Probably the Wii. And we're playing that. He's showing off, him and his wife playing Super Mario Brothers and all that. And I don't know how we got on this subject of paranormal things. I don't remember a horror movie trailer came on. I don't really remember how we got from pizza, beer, Call of Duty, Nintendo to paranormal talk. I don't know how we got there. I can't remember. But he was sitting around and he kind of jokingly, he's sitting next to me on the couch. His wife's sitting over here by the kitchen, and his mother-in-law's behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of jokingly is like, yeah, we've experienced some paranormal things. My wife has been going through something for a really long time, and I'm trying to be there for her, and I'm kind of like, this came out of nowhere, okay. Does she want you to be telling me this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could tell the more he talked about her, I can tell she was getting uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, hey, let's play another game. I was trying to like, hey, let's, I don't want to be awkward. Yeah. I don't want to be awkward. I want to come over and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got a comment here. Loved you all's the Batman trailer reaction, bro. It was awesome. Well, thank you, Samuel Lopez. Thank you. So I could tell she's getting uncomfortable, but he basically told me that ever since she was young, she would see things. She would see things that she cannot explain. She would see things like for example, one night he said he was on the couch. She was in the bedroom going to sleep. She woke up screaming. He ran to her bedroom, went in there. She's covered up on the bed, like curled up, scared shitless. And he's like, what's wrong? What's the matter? And she goes, he's over there. He's over there. Don't you see him in the corner? Look. And he's like, honey, I can't see anything. I'm sorry, I can't see anything. So apparently she grew up seeing things. And then so I'm already getting a little nervous. I'm already getting like a little, like it's nervous and awkwardness because I'm like, I don't want to. She looks kind of uncomfortable, bro. Like, do we have to keep talking about it? Now, here's where the creep factor for me rose. The mother-in-law chimes in now. That's her mom. So the mother verifies all of this. She verifies all of this because she lives with them.
Yeah.
She ran in the bedroom too. And when she was screaming, when the daughter was screaming, hey, there's something in the corner. She was there the whole time. She was there raising her up when they used to live someplace else, and she would claim to see things. Okay. To the point where she went and grabbed the priest to come in, search the area, to do a cleansing. Like she was desperate, ever since, growing up. So where they used to live, what's going on, Alan 123? Welcome to the stream. growing up, basically, where she used to live, the priest did a cleansing. They thought everything was okay. And then apparently it wasn't. And she kept seeing things. So they moved. So the mother-in-law's theory was, her mom's theory was, whatever was haunting her where they used to live followed her to the apartment I'm about to spend the night in. And I'm sitting here like, if this is a ruse, if this is a ruse, if this is a fuck you ruse, man, screw you. Okay. Like seriously, like keep in mind, this was not planned. This was a last minute me coming over. It's not like, hey, let's get Preston. He's a grown ass man. Let's scare him. I mean, Yes, I did say my real name. Who gives a fuck? There you go. Have fun with that.
A couple times in your videos.
Yeah. Like who cares? So anyway, so I'm like, I'm really getting nervous now. I'm really getting nervous. She goes, and I said, well, what makes you think that? And she goes, well, obviously she still sees things here in the apartment. But before she started seeing things in the apartment, before that, one night they heard someone banging at their front door. And instead of looking to see what it was, they just opened the door.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Lisa Lynn was cracking. Welcome. Yeah. So her theory is wherever they were at, it followed them to that apartment that I'm sitting there, drinking Bud Light, your favorite beer, and eating pizza, and playing Nintendo fucking Mario Brothers and Modern Warfare shit. I'm like, really? Like, really? Why are you telling me this right now? Like, okay, even though I'm sitting there like, fine. Like, I'm just like, oh, isn't that something? Right. But inside, I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Right. So my buddy Phil keeps talking more about it. He said that they actually were so desperate because they kept seeing things in that apartment that I'm about to spend the night in, that they actually invited one of those camera crews over. Ever since she saw the man in the corner of the bedroom, they invited a camera crew over. They go in there and recorded the night, and they said they saw something. Nothing clear, but they said they saw something. Okay. Oh, Beefy's on a roll here. Thanks again, Beefy, for the donation. Thank you, sir. What's he saying here? Living in Arizona and visiting Romania. Is that his story from earlier?
I think he just sums it up. Okay. Because I can't press on the comments, but as soon as you're done, I was gonna say like just kind of revisit. It's not that many comments, anyways. Okay. Like just revisit the comments, so he'll get to them. Don't worry.
Okay. So anyway, so they did bring a camera crew in, and they haven't heard from them since. But the camera crew did show them some kind of entity, not clear, but there was some kind of light or something in the room where she pointed, where she saw something. So I'm hearing this from a buddy. I'm seeing how uncomfortable his wife is. His mother-in-law comes home late from work and just chimes in on the conversation, verifying everything that he's saying is true, right? It got to the point, it got so uncomfortable that she got up and left the room.
Yeah.
She left.
Well, you're kind of calling them back in. I think that's why she did that. Because when you're like mentioning them or talking about any of that stuff, you're kind of opening up a portal. That's what it is.
Oh, a portal.
Remember, okay. I'm a witch here, so I know a lot of these things.
So she leaves, and I kind of like was like, oh, good night, me being respectful, and she leaves, right? And then the mother-in-law still kind of chills in the living room, and then she eventually is like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. She goes to bed. All right. She was like, yeah, this is, before she leaves, she's like, yeah, this is something we're still trying to deal with, and we're still trying to help her out and stuff like that. And then she ends up going to bed. And then my buddy's like telling me, he's like, yeah, man, I kid you not, one night, because the couch is right here, and then here's the hallway, right, to the bedroom. I'm sitting here, he's sitting here. Here's the hallway. That's like 10 feet away. Excuse me. And he goes, yeah, but it's been kind of crazy, and I'm trying to be a very supportive and husband, and I'm trying to guide her through this, but you know, I don't think she's bullshitting. I think she's really seeing things. And I was like, why is that? He's like, because one day, you know, I was sitting on this couch watching TV where you're watching, and I turn to the right, and I see a female standing in the hallway, just standing there in the hallway looking at me. And I'm like, oh, really? Really? Again, I'm supposed to be spending the night here. I'm like, I'm supposed to be spending the night here, dude. Like, really?
Oh, you want me gone?
Like, dude.
I would have asked him that. Like, are you like?
Well, you know, I had to be manly about it. I couldn't be like, hey, man, you want to stop telling me these scary stories? You know, kind of freaking me out, right? You know, I was like, oh, you saw something over in the hallway looking at you, huh? Right? That's how I had to react. You know, I had to be a man. And then he said it freaked him out so much that he saw a female he didn't recognize standing there in the hallway looking at him. That out of fear and just he didn't know what to do, he yelled at it.
Oh, so he yelled at it then.
He said, "Go."
Sorry, you cut off a little bit. Can you go back to that part? Oh crap!
Disappeared. That's fine.
Are you okay now? Are you because you kind of like?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Bruce Lee, you like water? All right. He basically, out of just fear and he didn't know what to do, he yelled at it, saying, "Get out!
Yeah,
get out of here!" And then he said it disappeared. He said ever since then, he said not that he never really believed his wife, but he was always supportive. But he seeing something in that apartment that's like 10 feet away from where I'm sitting. Yeah. He was just like, fuck. Now I've seen something. What the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? They did call another priest to do a cleansing in the apartment, but I never heard a follow-up on that because I didn't want to. That's, you know, I know. He's like,
yeah, you don't want to do that sometimes.
So then guess what? He went to bed right after all of that. Right after telling me all of that, dude. I'm like, and it wasn't Halloween. Remember, this was all a last minute sleepover thing. Like this was a last minute, hey, can I come over and hang out? That was all it was like, okay.
Easter. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, it's like Easter.
Right. So he goes to bed. I'm literally sitting there. Have you ever seen The Great Outdoors?
No, I haven't seen
that. You haven't seen The Great Outdoors? It's one of the funniest movies ever made. You got to watch Great Outdoors. But there's a scene in there where Dan Aykroyd, he has two twin daughters. And he tells them that they're scared because of the lightning and rain. And he tells them a story to calm them down. He tells them a story about... He's like, look, it could be worse than lightning. It could be, you know, did you hear the story about, you know, a whole bunch of serial killers, the crazy people that escaped the asylum and they hunted his family down and they killed and ate everyone. Yeah, it could be a lot worse, girls. So remember, Daddy's here to protect you. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, we got a celebrity here.
Fluffy gamer.
Yeah, we got a celebrity here. We got the Fluffster.
Fluffy, are you having a bonerific day?
Are you having a bonerific day, Fluffy? You know, Fluffy, I actually have Stir of Echoes on Blu-ray with Kevin Bacon. I have not watched it yet. I heard it was good though, but I do own it. I'll definitely be checking that out. Maybe for Halloween Day, I'll check it out.
All right.
So anyway, when Dan Aykroyd left the room, the camera pans back to the daughters, and they're just sitting there, just. Like the deer in the headlights, like they're not going to bed, right?
Yeah.
And then the next shot is the morning, and they're still sitting there. Like, that was me. That was me sitting on that couch trying to watch some Cat Williams. I was watching some Cat Williams. The cat made me laugh now because I'm kind of freaked out a little bit. Come on, Cat. And yeah, I bounced. I left.
Yeah.
I tried to stick it out. I stayed there for like maybe 4 or 5 more hours. Couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep after that. I couldn't sleep after that. And Fluffy's definitely having a bonerific day. There you go.
Yay!
And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go home now. There's no point. There's no. I got goosebumps bumps watching Stir of Echoes. It will freak you out. Your friend's apartment reminded me of that movie. Oh shit! There we go. But yeah, I just I made sure the door was locked. I wanted the family to be safe and everything. But when I left, but I was like, dude, there's no point in me staying up all night and being here for them to find me in the morning. And I'm just like, hey, I got some good sleep. How'd you guys sleep? I'm going. I made up a story. I was like, dude, I wasn't feeling good. I drank so much beer. I ate too much pizza.
Like, I don't want to blow up your bathroom.
I didn't want to blow up your bathroom, bro. Okay, it was embarrassing. So I decided to go. I just left early. I left not too long ago, and I had to bullshit it. I highly doubt he's watching this video, but he might call me on it. But yeah, that was the last time I ever went over there.
Yeah.
I never went over there ever again. But he's still a great dude. Once in a while, we'll message each other on Facebook, and he seems like his wife and kids are growing up, and everyone seems to be happy, and everything seems to be fine. But you don't know what happens behind closed doors. I hope his wife is doing well, though. I hope she is not, get some damn sleep and not being haunted. I wish the best for her and the family. But yeah, after all of that, I was like, no, I'm not hanging out. I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah.
So did that meet your expectations? I told you I didn't see anything.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Okay, so go ahead and just you have a few comments I know you missed.
Okay.
Just go ahead and read through them, and then I'll go ahead and start mine.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Go for it. I gotta scroll up, so if you want to go ahead and keep talking.
My stories revolved a lot with either Kmart, when I used to work at Kmart, or witchcraft. So get ready for that shit. So
that's why we're friends, Jax. That's why we're friends, because I don't want to be your enemy. Okay. I don't want weird shit to happen, like bad luck. The tires are slashed, that's why I'm your friend, Jax. Remember, I got your back. Yeah, go for it though.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. Let me start with Kmart. Okay, Kmart first of all, the job was shit. Fucking remember how you told me it was bootleg part-time? Well, they did that to everybody too. It's you'll work 5 days a week, but you've got 3 or 4 hours. Wow. Yeah, so a day, I mean. So it's not enough I hated the place, but there was so many stories from other people, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give you mine because that could go on and on. Yeah. So the storage, what's it called? I thought it was called the storage room. Basically, the back where all the shipment will be going through, where the trucks will deliver it and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. So I hated going back there. I always hated it, especially when the customers needed something. And if it wasn't on the floor, because I was not at the register, I was on the floor. So I will have to go back there and find it, right? It was especially worse for the men's clothing. You have to go way to the back because it was all a narrow, straight down kind of thing. So there was the left and then there was the right. So on the right side was the men's clothing and everything, right?
Okay.
As well as some little kids' clothing. So I remember, it's not enough. The lady was a fucking bitch. So she was like, do you have this in this size? And then she just shoves it at me. I was like, oh, you fucking bitch. What the hell? So I know she was a bitch. So then I was like, well, let me go check in the back for you. So I go to the back. It's kind of funny at the same time. I don't know why. I just thought it was funny. But I'm walking towards the back. I mean, not the back, but I'm going to the right side, and I have to go all the way towards the end because that's where the sweaters were, right?
Right.
So because it was a sweater I had to look for. And the thing is, it doesn't just end on that wall. There's a staircase going up there too, to the second floor. Because this was it was big in the back, right? This is when Kmart used to make good money back in the day, and they could afford a big building like Walmart. So,
right.
I have to go all the way to the back of
one.
There we go. We're back.
Okay. Wet Movie 1 has just arrived. What's cracking, Mr. Pimp?
So I have to
Okay.
go I have to go by the staircase where the men's sweaters were at.
Okay.
So I'm not even walking halfway. Like, I'm not even walking halfway, dude. I'm not even halfway there. And why the fuck? Okay, my uniform at that time, okay, we used to have to wear those ugly red polos with black pants. Then they switched it up because Sears owns Kmart. So we had to switch up with the blue shirts, right?
Right.
So we had to wear the blue polo shirts, and then it was like in red and Kmart. I know it was stupid, but so that's our uniforms. I'm just being clear. That's the uniform we have to wear, and I'll tell you why. Because as soon as I'm like not even halfway there, about to look for a men's sweater, I see a lanky man running down the steps wearing jeans and tell me why he looked like Waldo. Like, where's Waldo? Because he was wearing.
All right, chat. Jax has found Waldo. Okay, she has found Waldo. She's found him. Just want to make sure everybody's aware. What?
But he looked like Waldo.
We're talking lanky here.
Yeah, skinny, lanky, tall, and had a red and white striped shirt. And he raced down, and mind you, is a narrow, but yet the staircase is up, and there's nothing to run to on this side. It's all just a straight wall, with just some stuff, some clothes hanging, and that's it. And I'm just like, what? First of all, yes, there are clothes that were hanging, but they're really heavy, and you have to move it because they really shoved it in there, right? So it's kind of heavy to move them. And then you got to be careful with the rat traps we had in there too. So it's like nobody's going to just want to run to something, right?
Right.
And I'm like, did I just see what the fuck? And then I just ran back out of there, and I told the lady, sorry, we don't have it. And I go on my break. I just go on my break.
So this wasn't someone that snuck in. You actually seen an apparition.
Well, it'll be hard for them to sneak in back there. Because you know how the shipment things are. It's like this big old steel kind of, and then you'll have to have the guys there to like the ones who are picking up like to do it. And there was nobody back there, and it could be that somebody just went through like the sliding doors or something and just I guess. But like I said, they just disappeared onto the what's it called? Into where all the rest of the clothing and that wall is, and then they were just gone. So
I think you saw. And
like something. I said, huh?
I think you saw something.
I think I what?
I think you saw something.
So me and Wet Movie One snuck in the back of a crap. You guys snuck in the back of a Kmart one night. Why would you do that? Kmart is so lame. Why? Was it an empty Kmart? Was it like an abandoned out of business one? But there's a lot of those because Sears is a terrible company in general. But so that's one Kmart story. The other Kmart story. This is a bathroom one. Okay, so we had like a lot of bathrooms actually for the public. So there was so the bathroom, it was just basically we had the men's and women's, and it was like a lot of stalls. It was a big Kmart after all. So I go inside the bathroom or whatever, and how can I explain this? Okay, so there's the stalls. There's this stall, and then there's this stall right here, right? So I go into this one, but I see that this stall, the door is like open, like halfway open, right? And I see a girl or a woman in there, right? And she's just like this, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm embarrassed. So I just go to the next one and then do my business. And then when I get out, it's like when I was down, I didn't see like any, feet next to me. I'm just like, well, maybe she's short, lifting them up. I don't know. It was like I only saw a head. You know what I mean? I only saw a head. I didn't see much. So, so then I like get out, and I noticed she wasn't there anymore. And I was like, what the hell was I was like, I could have just been seeing things. That's fine. Whatever. I could have just my imagination. So I go and I'm washing my hands. Mind you, I'm the only person in there. And I hear the damn door slam, like the bathroom stall door slam. And the door didn't move or anything. And I just fucking ran out of there.
Oh, no. No.
And,
No.
oh,
Did you
and then,
yell out the power of
so this is
Christ
just a little
compels
minor
you?
one. And then the other minor one, I mean, the other two minor ones that had, because they used to stick me in the toy section a lot to like fix the toys and all that. And I remember there were a couple times, like, it'll be on a slow day, so there shouldn't be no kids in there messing up the toys or anything. And I remember sometimes, wait, hold on, what movie one is JaxB Ghost? I have not seen her, and I know we haven't talked, but Samurai Guy and I were talking about like inviting you. But you're gonna pay for your own goddamn food though. But we've been talking about like hanging out the rainbow again in Hollywood. I'm gonna pay for their food, but you're paying for your own damn food, damn it. You're paying for your own damn shit. So Fluffy Gamer, you're invited, of course. You want to come too. You gotta pay for your own damn food though. I'm only inviting Preston because of his situation. So
Yes.
we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, so anyways. But nah, dude, I'll be following you still. I'll be watching your stories. He's down. Okay, so we're thinking like after Halloween. That's what I was thinking, huh? You were thinking it too?
Yeah.
Because we need to do another vlog for sure and have fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to my story. Yes. But anyway, so I was in the toy section or whatever. There would be a few times where I'll see like the toys, they were just on the floor and they'll have them like in a pattern, like, be like in a square, a bunch of toys all like in a square. And I'm like, that's weird. So it was just like little weird things like that. Or the break. Excuse me, I burped. Well, you couldn't hear it, but the break room, we had our own bathroom in the break room too, and it was also the locker room, and then the center was the break room where we eat, right? So I remember many times when I'll go, and this is when we were already going home. Right on the top and the second level was the other storage room, but that was the baby department, right? That was the most haunted one. Where's the baby department? So I just remember all the time going to my locker, getting my stuff, and all this time, dude, that never fails. We will hear like somebody was running up on the thing. Nobody should have been there. We had closed the store. Nobody's looking forward to go on top of there. And we knew the lady who took care of that area. She was over there getting her shit with us too. So nobody was up there.
Now, is it smart? Let me know. Is it smart if you actually come across, this is for chat, everyone. Is it a smart thing if you accidentally come across an apparition or whatnot? Should you just ignore it and be on your way? Or should you challenge it and be like, you need to get the fuck out of my way? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what should you do?
I think it just depends on the person, how well they have handled spirits in general, because some of them know how to make them go away and some of them will literally have a conversation. My mom, because my mom also used to work at that Kmart and she used to go to the children's, she used to take care of the baby department sometimes too. And she'll go up there. She will literally try to talk to the ghost. She will try to find it. My mom's an instigator though. She's a huge instigator. So she even named it Charlie. I was like, how do you know it's a man? She's like, well, the reason why I know it's a man, because the baby department used to have a mirror. So what up, Sci-Fi Century?
Oh shit. Sci-Fi Century's in the house.
So only if I get my salad. What's it called? Hold on. Fluffy Gamer said only if we get to toss that salad again. I like getting my shit tossed. Oh yeah, I remember.
Fluffy's gonna toss the salad. Fluffy's gonna do it.
Yeah. One person said he would run away. The other one said ignore, put a bullet in my brain. What the fuck? Okay, no need to go that far. But so my mom used to also work at Kmart with me, right?
Okay.
So she would go up there, and like I said, she likes dealing with ghost stuff and everything. And my mom had told me the reason why they think it's a man, because they used to have one of those full-length mirrors in the baby department.
Yeah.
I don't know why in that department of all places, but okay. So she said that they had to get rid of the mirror or all full-length mirrors around it. Oh, cheers. They had to get rid of all full-length mirrors because they kept getting customers complaining, especially in the baby department, saying Every time we look in that full-length mirror, there's a man standing behind us, staring at us.
Oh no! Oh no!
So that's why we like just get rid of it. So that's why my mom says it's a man. And then when she would go up there, she named him Charlie. I was like, of course you named him. And she was so obsessed with 3.5 Men. So of course she named him Charlie.
Was the ghost winning?
Was the ghost winning? Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot about that. I don't know. I guess so.
I'm sorry. What movie one is distracting me from your stories with his comments right now? Do ghosts give blowjobs?
I heard.
Were you watching Ghostbusters? I think he was
heard.
watching Ghostbusters.
Okay. But yeah, it's like she even said like she formed a friendship with him because like whenever she'll go up there and if she didn't say hi to him, because every time she'll go up there, she'll say, "Hi, Charlie, I'm just here to get this. Please don't attack." And I guess he wouldn't. And then one time she forgot. Oh yeah, she'll deal with it. We'll get to that story. Okay. So my mom one time forgot to say hello to the ghost, and it got really, really cold, and she felt like something was creeping up on her. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I forgot to say hi." And then it stopped getting cold, like it started getting warm again. And mind you, I forgot to mention this. Fucking Kmart was so cheap. They did not turn on the AC. I don't know if you guys ever been to a Kmart that has AC in it. So just to remind you guys, the AC was never on. And the one time they tried to turn on the AC, a fire almost started.
Oh my God.
And we all had to evacuate.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is easy to use. What movie? So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about my mom's experience. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay. We used to live, I'm just going to say, near Inglewood. So we were living in the hood for good few amount of years. So in that area, you know, when you live in an area when there's a lot of death, especially from like gang related stuff, you know, shit's going to happen spiritually. And that is an easy area to do necromancy too, if you want to do that, if you're really into that shit. So like necromantic type of witchcraft. So my mom's sister, you know, we're from a typical Latino household. There's always that one tia, that one aunt who's crazy and does the evil stuff. So everyone has that. I don't care what they say. Everyone has that one crazy tia who does all that brujeria shit on other family members that they have grudges on. So a lot of shit was going on already because of her, right? So we already had crazy stories all going on, and it's not enough. We always thought there was a problem with that house, so obviously she knew there was something wrong with that house and that block. So she woke it up and like was startling us, because now we lived in the main house, but in the back there was like studio homes, right? So people who lived in the back, they were also seeing shit, and we would always find random bunches of hair. It was so disgusting. It was like big clumps of like black and brown hair all outside and going into the driveway. And then they even said that they found them in the back, and we're like, ugh, I still haven't found out what that means, but I would never touch it. If you ever find something weird, don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Just push it away with like a stick or something. Just don't touch it. So, crazy Tiaka relate. Yup, we all have that. So we already had personal experience with that. So while that was going on, my mom was very close. My mom was a caretaker for this old lady named Lenny, and she passed away when I was like 7 or 6 years old, I think. And my mom had a close relationship with her because my mom never had a close relationship with her mom. So she built that with Lenny, and Lenny never had children of her own. So she built a mother and daughter relationship with my mom. So, and she had a Cocker Spaniel. And right when Lenny died after cancer, she was a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker. And we're over here drinking, but we're not heavy drinkers. We're not heavy drinkers. So once Lenny was, you know, on her deathbed or whatever, she had a dog named Josh, right? And we knew this dog was going to pass away right after her, because he knew what was going on. He saw like she was sick and everything. He was getting depressed too. So, and this is going to be a little, you know, a lot of people are not going to like hearing this part, but Lenny said, put the dog asleep a day or two before when I die. because she literally, everybody, the doctor was like, she's gonna die in a couple of days. She's not gonna make it. So I know a lot of people are not gonna like hearing that, but we knew that, and they were like, you should just let the dog die itself. I was like, well, that wasn't up to us. Yeah, Lenny wanted this, so it wasn't up to us. So
I got you.
So I remember we took care of Josh for a couple of days, and then my mom went to go do that, and then right after that, Lenny died. So my mom was always worried because, you know, she's one of those people who are like, did they get to the other side and everything? But she has a huge curiosity over it. So I remember what she told me is this was like a couple months afterwards. But I used to sleep in the same room with my parents because it was a full house at that time. And my mom had gotten a phone call in the middle of the night. Of course, it's in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. What,
was it after 2 a.m.?
Yes, after 2 a.m. But anyways, my mom got up because my sister-in-law at that time, my sister-in-law and my brother and their kid lived with us.
Okay.
So Shannon, that's my sister-in-law, she comes and wakes up my mom. She's like, you have a phone call. She's like, who? She's like, I don't know. They wouldn't give me the name. So my mom goes and picks up the phone and she's like, you know, this is a house phone. This is back in the days, you guys, no cell phones. So she's like, hello. And then she was like, the lady on the phone was like, hey, how are you? And then she was like, who's this? And she's like, I just wanted to let you go. No, I was okay. And then she was like, but who is this? My mom was like, who is this? I don't understand. She's like, it's me. What do you mean you don't understand? And then she heard a dog barking in the background.
Get out.
A dog barking in the background. And, you know, my mom's still half asleep. And then she was like, lady, it's late over here. Like, ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I could barely understand you right now because I'm half asleep and I got work. She was like, oh, I'm sorry, Becky. That's my mom's name, Becky. She was like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know that we're okay and not to worry about us. She was like, okay, well, thank you. And when she hung up, she went, you know, back to bed, and then like she couldn't go back to sleep. And then my dad was like, who was that? And she was like, oh my God. My mom, it took, you know, a while, like, because she was starting to wake up. My mom, she was like, I think that was Lenny.
It had to have been.
It had to have been Lenny.
Come on, what are the chances of the dog even
the
barking?
Dog barking? And that's a different part because you never hear that. I mean, I know it's not a different story, but you never hear that the dog is in the background. Yeah, and that's why I had to make sure to put that in there where you know, the dog passing, you know, that we had to put him to sleep. It's like, I know a lot of people against it, but that's what she wanted. She wanted her dog with her. So it's like, I'm sorry. And we all knew the dog was going to pass away anyways.
Calling to let the family know she was okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
And then the other story with her is not a big impact, but like I said, we had some weird shit going on because of this crazy aunt, and it's not enough. The area was already crazy as it was. Yeah. Another beer. So I just remember that my mom had told me also, like a few months after this, she was like, you know, I heard Lenny protected me the other night. I was like, what do you mean she was protecting you? I mean, not the other night. She said one night. She was like, because the one thing she always used to call my mom was babe, because back in the old days, they used to say that to anyone, right? Because Lenny was from the Great Depression. She was like a teenager during that time. Okay. So it was just a common word to say at that. So she always said it. So she said one time my mom was like, she was facing towards the wall when she was asleep and my dad wasn't there at that time. I think this is when my dad used to be a total drunk. So she was facing towards the wall. And she said she felt somebody heavy breathing on her, but she also heard a voice and it sounded like Lenny. She was telling my mom, don't turn around, babe. Whatever you do, don't turn around. Like it kept telling her that, like warning her, like, don't turn around. Whatever you do, don't do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
like I was saying, your stories are putting mine to shame. That's why I had to go first. Get my little tiddlywink ghost stories out of the way. And
Fluffy
then
gave her house. Yeah, Fluffy gave
What's he saying?
My mom came to me a month after she passed. I felt a presence in my room. Then I felt my mom next to my ear, and I heard her voice a day saying, "You were always my favorite." Aww. She always told me to believe in afterlife and that she was gonna prove to me. Well, she sure did. Aww.
Wow. That's awesome, Fluffy.
Yeah. So okay. I would have one more story about that area.
When are we getting to the satanic orgy? When are we getting to the? I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. I never told you. I'm not a Satanist, first of all. So either way, you don't have to be one to have an orgy. Have we not seen porn? But anyways,
I'm just saying what chat was probably thinking. So we're good.
Chat was probably thinking, "Where's the satanic orgies?" But how would that be supernatural? I don't get it. But anyway, next story, because I'm going to try to make this like the last story of where we live, because I could go on about that. But where we used to live in that same area in the hood, we used to do that. Oh, somebody wants us to do a Halloween stream. I mean, if I'm not, I don't think I'm doing anything, but I'll be down if you want to. But I don't know if I'm doing anything.
Well, thanks, Samuel. We love you too, man. Halloween stream? I don't know, because that day, Halloween is my day, and I just like to
watch movies. Yeah,
we'll probably have a Halloween horror movie marathon all day. Probably till like early morning till maybe after midnight. We'll be watching movies like all day. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe we'll do something before.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday night, or we'll see. We'll talk about horror films.
Yeah. So, okay, what was I going to say about that house? Oh, crap. Oh, okay. So, I'm a very open person. I don't have much to hide, right? So, I put 90% of myself out on the internet. Like, the other 10% is not interesting whatsoever. So, you're not missing out on anything. So, I always grew up in a very violent household. So I saw a lot of things as a young kid, right? I saw a lot of fights breaking out between my brothers and I. There was a lot of alcoholic abuse there and everything. So I saw a lot of shit. So the house we all lived in, mind you, I was like 6 or 7 years old. My brother lived there. He was in his early 20s and he had a wife, and he was the more abusive one. Let's just say that. He was the more abusive one. He would really get crazy. And he was very hood rat. So he was just raised like that. He was in and out in jail. So he was just very hood rat. My other brother who slept in the living room wasn't that crazy, but he would do stupid shit. Let's just say that. So there was a lot of fights going on between my brothers, like physical fights or whatever. And one night, my brother, Cruz, the one that slept in the living room, he came up to, remember, I slept in the same room as my parents at that time. And he was bugging my mom. And he was like, hey, can we switch or something? And my mom was like, why? And he was like, something was choking me. And then he was like, my mom was like, what do you mean something was choking you? And like, I couldn't see the person. So we all thought it was my brother, Junior, because he's the physical, right. Fight with everybody. He was the one who got into physical with everybody. Everyone else was just more like verbal abusive. So we all thought it was Junior who was doing this, right? And my mom told, no, look, just go back to bed. If it was him, we'll talk to him in the morning. And then my mom gets up or whatever. And she's like, what the hell were you doing to Cruz? And he's like, I didn't do shit. Like I got home late from work. I didn't go out drinking. My brother was said, right? So my mom didn't believe him. She's like, I don't believe you. You need to stop doing this. And blah, blah, blah. It was just like back and forth, whatever. So then the next night came up, and again, my brother's like, I don't want to sleep over there. One of you guys trade or either come over there with me or sleep in the living room or something like that, right? And my mom was like, okay, fine. You sleep right here with your father then. I'm going to go over there and sleep the night and see what happens, right? So she goes, and it happens to her. She literally feels somebody's grabbing her and is choking her, and she can't get up. And she was trying to scream for help, and she couldn't. And then like I don't know how she got rid of it. I think she was just like praying or something, but she just like got rid of the ghost. And then she was like, no, I felt it, like it happened to me. So what eventually we had to do, because everybody was getting scared.
Your mom is fearless. Let me just get that out.
Oh yeah.
Your mom, see, if she was there in the apartment with me at my buddy's house, apartment,
she'd be like, what else happened?
Like, been chilling. I probably would have been okay.
My mom be like, what else happened? Tell me everything.
Yeah.
So what else happened was, So it started happening to her, and my mom was trying to think, okay, how are we all going to sleep in this room? So my mom was like, okay, Jax could sleep in the center, and Cruz could take that bed. And my dad was like he didn't believe it at first. My dad's really a person, it needs to happen, right? Or he tells himself it's not true because he's a chicken shit. He does that a lot. So he just tries to believe it's not there. So then finally my dad was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna go and see what happens, fine, whatever. Same shit happens, he gets choked out, but somehow he was able to scream, like somehow we heard him, but I don't know, because maybe I forgot what it was, but my mom said she heard a noise and she went over there, that it just disappeared. So we found out eventually throughout time, when this kept going on, that what happened was we went to, it's called a curandero. So it's basically like a healer, not a Santeria. There's so many names for these people that cure you when it comes to spiritual stuff. Because first she went to a priest. My mom went to a priest. Priests don't have the power really to do much when it comes to that. So I'm just letting you guys know from personal experience of me always chasing a ghost out. So they're going to come whether you like it or not. They're here. You guys can't see them all the time. Some people just are very sensitive. Some are not. So it also depends how open your third eye is. So I'm just letting you know they're always there. You just can't see them. I know I just scared the hell out of you guys. So a priest can't.
You're saying there's something right here, like right next to me. Just
I won't be surprised. But
oh, the ghost is enjoying the stream.
So she goes to the priest or whatever. And like I said, the other people in the back too that lived in the little studio homes, they were experiencing shit too. So they were the only ones that wasn't experiencing anything was my brother Junior and his wife and the kid or anything. So they didn't see anything. Nothing was attacking them. It would only get as far as the living room, and that's it. Or it will go all the way to the back. So obviously it was something that will come in, or somebody could have invited in. Because sometimes, they won't come in unless you invite it in. It's almost like that vampire movie, Let the Right One In, or something like that.
What did I tell you about my buddies? Remember what I said? They heard a knock at the door.
Yeah.
Several knocks, and instead of looking, they just randomly opened the door.
Yeah.
And nobody was there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Here's the ghost. Here's the ghost. Just gonna put this over here.
My phone froze watching your live stream. It's a ghost. No. I believe where I live, this kind of things happen to you quite frequent. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are just very like prone to it. But what it was too, what we think what might have brought it in. Well, it's like I said, like when you live in areas like that, yes, there's very hardcore, but eventually how it got linked to my aunt, because we didn't find out at that time that it was her, because eventually, like, the priest couldn't do anything because it kept coming back. And the priest told my mom, it was like, well, you're just going to have to tell it to get lost. But not like that. But he told my mom, you're going to have to do that. And sometimes, you have to do that. When I used to mess with the Ouija board and I would try to speak to my guardian angels, I hated the Ouija board, but not because of the reason you guys think. It's just a very high maintenance kind of thing, and you get so many other spirits and you don't want to talk to them. So all the time I was like, get the fuck away from me. It was like all the time I was like that. So
yeah, you know what though? Back to the question where I said that if I saw something, or remember I was saying if we've seen something, if anyone, a casual, someone who doesn't have experience, right, comes across an apparition and is like, should I just, I think I see a ghost, I'm just gonna not bother it, I'm gonna ignore it and keep going, or you need to get the fuck out of my house? I think I would ignore it, but if I'm getting choked, or if I'm getting attacked, or if some bullshit's happening, you know what I mean, or some bullshit's happening to my family, at that point I probably would end up getting confrontational with it.
Yeah.
Now, is that a smart thing to do? Or should people look for outside help?
You could do other ways, but what I'm going to warn you a little bit about outside help, this is the problem what I have with it. At the end of the day, when you're looking up santeros or curanderos or a good witch, a witch doctor, whatever you want to call them. Let's just call them witch doctor just for everyone to understand. You got to understand at the end of the day, it's a business for them. So sometimes they won't get rid of full problems. Sometimes they'll probably cost worse shit. Because there's just some fucked up people out there.
Yeah,
and they charge a ridiculous amount of price. Like $700.
Okay.
So you gotta remember that.
I'm gonna try. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put the headphones on. I'm just gonna try something. If you want to speak with chat for a minute.
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Try it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep rolling. As long as you can hear me.
In Spanish, we call them brujos or brujeria. Yeah, I know, but there's also like so many. There's also santeros and babalaos and all that. It just depends like which religion. So
isn't there a badass metal band called Brujeria?
Yeah, they're straight from Mexico. Yeah.
Should I check them out?
Angry. Yeah, their shit is like angry shit.
Oh, I like that.
It could get a little political. I helped run tours at the Shanghai tunnels in Portland about 5 times. Definitely creepy, but I took lots of weird pictures that had stuff in them that really couldn't be explained. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Sounds like the Queen Mary almost. Well, no, not really. That's once a ship. Samurai and Jax, have you ever played Dread Out? No, I don't play video games. I really don't.
Unfortunately, you can see over here my ridiculous PS4 collection over here. Barely play it. I know I'm fired. I just don't. I didn't have the time. I don't have the time to play.
Yeah.
Work. I can barely have time to do YouTube videos. But I'd like to eventually at some point. You know, when I'm 85 years old, retired. You know, I can come here and start playing again.
But anyways, to wrap that part up, but yeah, so they basically said you got to tell them to get lost, and that's what my mom did. She told them to get lost. Then we start having shit here in this house, but it was a different thing. So that's when my mom found out, because she had to go to an actual witch or something of that level.
Okay,
and then she had remembered many years ago that her nephew Alonso told my mom stuff about his mother, and which is her sister. We're just gonna call her crazy aunt because I don't like, or crazy tia. Let's just call her crazy tia. Tia means aunt, for in case any of you guys don't know Spanish. So because literally when you mention those people's names who harm you, is like Lord Voldemort, they're gonna come out, or Candyman, they're gonna come out.
Don't say his name.
Like, do not say her name.
Say his name.
So my mom had heard stories, let's just say that, and then like my cousin's wife had told my mom many times, she's like, yeah, my legs have been in pain because she has a doll and she wraps my legs around whenever she gets mad at me. And when they lived with her one time, they said they'll see little men running around in the living room, and that I can't tell you what that is because that could be anything. That could be gnomes, elves, anything. It's like I can't tell you what that is.
The little hooded people from Phantasm.
So they used to see them all the time, and then my mom didn't want to believe somebody of her own family would do that. That's the thing. She didn't want to believe that. So finally, like, I don't know what exactly that made her think it could be her, but she went to someone who knows this stuff. She found one. She threw a word for word, and she took a picture of her sister, showed it to the man. And she was like, why is she trying to put my family through hell? And then he said, your sister is very jealous. He just goes like that. She's very jealous that your marriage worked out. In her marriage, she had like a total of 4 marriages that didn't work out.
Wow.
She's jealous that you and your husband are still together and you're able to have a family. And that's why she wants your kids to suffer, because she knows that's going to make you suffer. She's not doing harm to you. She's doing harm to the people around you.
And that's what's causing the choking?
Yeah, that was what's causing the choking. She sent, because she was making them, what happened was, and this is another thing too, and this is why I'm always careful how much I drink. You know how you always hear about the alcoholics, abusive parents or family members?
Yeah.
Duendes, yes, duendes, and they're big in Argentina, dude. Big. That's what they call gnomes. You go to Argentina, there, I bet you anything you're going to hear a lot of stories. My hairdresser is Argentinian, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I seen them." He goes, "I seen gnomes." He said, "He's like, they're not nice. They're not nice at all."
He's seen gnomes.
Yeah, I know. It sounds
I'm assuming gnomes that he's seen doesn't look like the gnomes that we know that are on the front lawns.
no, but
with the hats.
I still wouldn't get one of those, to tell you the truth. They just freak me out just to look at them. But I mean, I don't know exactly. They never do describe how they look them. They just say, "Oh yeah, they're real," but I'm pretty sure it looks somewhat similar, but not. I don't know, but my dad's from Mexico, so there's stories, but it's because they heard it from South America. That's why.
Look at we got Nick 352 here says, my 75-year-old mom has some scary old stories from El Salvador.
Oh, I bet. And it's always dark over there. I don't know. I dated a Salvadorian. He was like, "Oh man, I hate going over there because they don't have enough lighting and it's so dark and I'm a chicken shit," he said. But what had happened, okay, so anyways, going back to the alcoholic part, is like, here's the thing. After seeing a lot of alcoholics in my family, and even my friend Evan, he could tell you this because his father was a severe alcoholic. You open up shit because your body's weak. Okay. And you open up uninvited things. And that doesn't always mean it's happy-go-lucky things. Because getting negativity loves negativity. So misery loves misery. So a lot of it said that supposedly my brother opened up portals and that's why they came in.
Are they drawn to negative energy?
Drawn to it, yeah. So that's why I always tell people you need to be careful and not become an alcoholic, because it's not just your family you're harming. It's like it's shit you're bringing in that's hard to get rid of.
So remember, chat, and everyone who's watching, always be positive.
Yep, I'm from Argentina. Yep, so you know what I'm talking about.
Wow. So from your experience, obviously, apparitions, ghosts, they can hold grudges.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then the thing is too, because like you don't know who you're inviting in. It could be somebody who had a hard time themselves and they're just, causing up trouble. Because until this day, my friend Evan, even though his father moved out and abandoned the family, the demons every now and for some reason it's always around the dad's birthday. They're around there. And Evan always has to be cleansing and doing protection stuff.
Really?
And everything. It's like they're stubborn, because demons are stubborn to get rid of. Oh yeah. I know, because I had to get rid of one time. They're very stubborn to get rid of.
Wait, hold up. You had to get rid of a demon?
Yeah, because my crazy tia, 71.
How'd you do that?
I was protecting. Because when my mom was going through cancer, I was trying to protect her, because that's an easy way to attack a person, because they're so, they're weak. My mom was weak. So, so I was protecting her and she didn't like that. And my porcelain dolls right there, when I hear people say they're scared of them, I feel safe, because I know there's something in them. That's why. And my friend, I had a few friends that tell me that one of my porcelain dolls, like they saw the eyes move.
Really?
Yeah. And I've seen them too. And it's like, I was thinking, should I bring them and hold it? But I don't know if you guys want to
do it. Where are they?
Jax, if you like chasing ghosts, inspectors, and those things, visit Indonesia. Oh, I the only thing I know about Indonesia is that one film from VHS 2. Hold on.
Yes, that was an awesome short. If you guys have not seen the film VHS, the second one, there's a short from Indonesia at the very end. It's fucking batshit crazy. It's pretty awesome. There you go, guys. Nightmare fuel for you. How do you like that nightmare fuel?
I don't know how long I'll leave her, but if anybody can see any. Is that Lady Fat Blood?
Huh?
Is that Lady Fat Blood?
What do you hear?
Oh no, I thought I heard Lady Fat Blood or something.
Oh. Yeah, she's over here. She's getting ready for work.
Hi.
Jack says hi. She says hi.
Mr. Death Metal, that doll looks good. Yes, I am Chicana.
All right.
She loves getting compliments, though. I don't know. Let's see. I'll leave her right here. Let's see if she does anything.
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, this is going to be hilarious. If that doll moves, I'm gonna crack up. hysterically if something happens right now.
I'm trying to even out a good spot for her.
Yeah. All right, chat. While you're listening to our ghost stories, keep an eye on the doll. What is the name of the doll?
Both Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Or Bo Scarlet, but I guess you could call her just Scarlet or Bo. Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, she's shy. She doesn't want to be on camera right now.
Probably.
Oh my goodness.
Fall down. I tried putting like a little stand for her to see if she'll be okay.
All right, chat. Chat, if you see the doll move and I miss it, let me know in the comments. Okay, let me know while we're still talking ghost stories.
Oh, at least I think my doll is cute.
Yeah, I mean, compared to usually the porcelain dolls are kind of creepy looking. That one looks cute.
I get pretty ones.
All right, you got any more?
Oh.
All right.
Okay, where did I leave off? Oh, but yeah, you asked me about the demon, right? Okay, so it wasn't this doll that it attacked. I just know she's the mischievous one. I feel like she's the mischievous one.
Okay.
Because sometimes there have been many times where my mom is like, when she's home alone and I'm not here, and I always have my door closed, right? And my mom doesn't like to come in my room because she knows about the dolls and she knows about what's it called? The doll just winked.
Sci-Fi Century, are you bullshitting right now? You just said the doll just winked.
So it's at an hour and I'm going to say like an hour and 54 because I'm not sure what time.
Hour 55. Well,
basically,
we'll have to go back and check it out.
Yeah.
He's just goofing around.
He's probably just goofing around, but I'll check just in case. But I know.
But yeah, you were saying
one of my friends that said that she smiles sometimes. My mom's cousin was possessed by a demon. My grandfather had to exorcise. Yeah, I know what she means. She almost killed her oldest when he was a baby. Oh wow.
Holy moly! We're just reading the John Martinez's quote here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sci-Fi Century. I knew you were bullshitting.
I was like, I've never seen her wink, but I've seen like her eyes move, but I've never seen her wink. I feel like she's looking at the comments too, like the fuck. But what's it called? What else? Okay, so yeah, so that.
So you cleansed the area for the demon not to come back, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that I did a bunch of stuff to try to get rid of it. But yeah, so
question about, before you move on to the next ghost story, question about the Ouija board.
Mm-hmm.
So if you communicate with someone friendly, is it possible that entity you're talking to is pretending to be friendly and is actually evil? Yeah.
Very
and is bullshitting you just to get in. That's possible.
Oh yeah, very possible. The thing what people don't understand about Ouija boards, this is what you got to do. This is why you hear a lot of like sleepover horror stories, because you got to go in with it with respect. First of all, like you can't treat that's why I don't understand why they sold it at Toys R Us. This is not a toy at all whatsoever. It should not be sold as a toy.
Right.
So obviously people think it's a toy because of media, so in corporate America, so they go and they buy it and they have like a slumber party and they're just like being loud and obnoxious, and that's going to annoy the spirit, and you're kind of just being disrespectful, right? You're calling in something you don't know. So the way I started doing it was because I started getting in touch with the preferred way is spirit guides, but I guess traditional is guardian angels, but I just call them spirit guides. So because I had started seeing my spirit guide and I wanted to talk to him through the Ouija board. But the problem is you don't understand, like you have to cast a circle with salt, you have to have white candles, you need to make sure everything's cleansed and try to get rid of any negative energy. So that's the thing what people don't understand. There's a lot of preparation involved before you just go in. So, and that way when they leave, they do leave. They don't stick around.
Right.
So,
right. Well, we got a quote here from Fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I had a spirit that would touch my shoulder and whisper things in my ear in the morning as I lie in bed. I told my mom one day what was happening, and as I was telling her, my bedroom door slammed shut. What?
It could also, I mean,
That's it. We're inviting Fluffy on the stream now. We're inviting him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Fluffy,
Next time.
you could send him the link.
Do you want to join us, Fluffy? He'll let us know in the comments if he wants to join. I can send you an invite.
Yeah,
well, go ahead, keep talking though.
You could add up to 6 people. But I was gonna say, you know, with all the ghost stories and everything, sometimes you gotta be careful with people because you know there's something called astral projecting.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. You know what that is?
Is that when the person's possessed with an evil spirit?
No, nowhere near it.
Okay.
Astral projection, believe it or not, especially when you were a kid, is you've probably done this when you were a kid and you just don't remember. But have you ever had those dreams where it felt too real, like you left your body and you were like outside or something and you were touching things and you go through it?
Oh, wow.
Okay,
so that's what that means. Okay.
Yeah, or sometimes you ever feel like, you know, when you're like sleeping and then like sometimes because you feel that jolt, like you move and you wake up, it's because like I guess your spirit was trying to leave your body, but your physical wasn't ready for it to leave. My ex gave me a blessed cross. I hung it up on the wall and it went away. Oh, okay. So maybe it wasn't a person that was astral projecting.
Right.
But astral projection is basically when you lay down and you kind of have to like, it's like you're almost asleep, but your eyes are slightly open and you can see your spirit like looking at you, and then it goes off and travel. And there's some people that are so damn well experienced with it because I've had friends tell me, they're like, yeah, I went to other dimensions and I saw my spirit guides and
what
I
in the world?
My past life. And I've had 2 visit me. One of them was a guy I was dating who was also a witch.
Oh my goodness.
And that's even worse because you're trying to figure out how to get rid of them. So the only thing I could tell you is just build a shield around you. Is just basically like I work a lot with Archangel Michael. So I always ask him to put like a protective shield over me. And his favorite color is electric blue. So I always ask him to help me out. And one time that person tried to do that to me and I didn't like it. And he got mad. And some of them they actually like, if they're really good at it, they can tear up some stuff in your room and your house and stuff like that. Because I've heard stuff like they came over and raped people too. So there
was a movie about that called the Entity, I believe that's what it was called, and it was based off of a true story. I mean, we don't know if it's true or not, but the movie's supposed to be based off a true happening where a mother was feeling like she was getting attacked and a little bit extra. They were the spirits were basically violating her, and they brought in experts to see if that was true or not. But it was pretty intense movie. It's an older film, but I believe it's called The Entity. But yeah, it's like just the concept. Even if it's fake, the movie, like if the movie's bullshit, because you know how movies take liberties on what really happened.
Yeah.
For entertainment purposes, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
The concept of something you can't see violating you like that is kind of fucked up, man. That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called The Entity if you're curious, if you want to check it out.
Entity,
yes, this is a movie channel. This is a movie channel.
Oh boy, let's see. A couple of Sunset Hotline. David Lynch is into transcendent meditation and it's pretty similar. The movie. Okay, I thought he was like into that. All cultural games.
I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if David Lynch was into everything. Have you ever heard his music?
No.
Just look up It's Crazy Clown Time. Look up the music video by David Lynch. He made albums called It's Crazy Clown Time, and that's all you need to watch. Yeah, just watch that.
Even Antonio Nicolas right there, he's telling me, yup, here we call them viajes astrales. That's basically the translation. They are super dangerous. Whoever you do, stay close to your body during those walks. Yeah.
What does that mean?
What he means is like when you're astral projecting, because there's some. It's funny because you're an air sign, you're an Aquarius. So if you were to do this, it's like second nature to you because you're an air sign. For me, I'm an earth sign. I'm very grounded. I'm a Taurus, so both sun and moon. So I'm very grounded. So what he probably means, I'm not sure if this is what he means or not, but I know I was told, because I haven't done it yet. I tried, but I always fail at it because I'm so grounded. But you do have to practice grounded meditation because your spirit could get lost. And then you have to build a cord towards your body. That's what it is. You have to do a cord towards your body so your spirit could still hang on it. Because, yeah, I've heard people could get lost in other dimensions. And that's why you always hear weird, creepy stories like
and they never come back.
Yeah, how they're in a coma. They don't know why they're in a coma. So, yeah, whenever you hear something creepy like that, it's probably because they were doing something like that. But I think that's what he's trying to say.
So stay away from Ouija boards is the message.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not going to go into it seriously, well, you don't need to do Ouija board with that. That's the thing. You don't have to. This is all just meditation and stuff.
Okay.
Like, well, a different type of meditation. But yeah. But
you know what you should do? You should review the film Ouija.
Oh, I haven't even.
Did you see it? The most recent one, not Ouija Book of Evil, because I heard that was actually good. I haven't seen it, but Ouija made a lot of money, and I heard it was shit. I heard it was garbage. Yeah. You should watch it, and you should call bullshit on anything that's like, oh, that would never happen, kind of thing. That would be a fun Halloween review. I'm just throwing you ideas.
Yeah, if it's on Netflix,
because you have experience.
Yeah, but. What was another one? No, I had something else. Oh, yeah. So that person who astral projected in my room, I'm just saying, because it's funny because he's an Aquarius too. I'm just saying some of them could be really strong because they're so used to doing this for a long time. Because he got so mad, I built that shield. I only built it around me. I didn't like have it extended out. I just didn't. It was weird. I was like, come on, man. You're coming in my room and I can hear you breathing. Really? That shit's just weird. So, and then like, I was
kind
like,
of fucking creepy.
Like, do you have a fetish to watch me sleep? Like, that's just weird. So, because he got mad that I did that, and I didn't find this out till like a couple weeks later, because I had, I still have it, but I have, you know how I take great pride in my metal t-shirts, right? I'm a metalhead. I love my t-shirts. That's all I mainly wear. I hate wearing normal clothes. I have to always be wearing black or blue denim jeans, one or the other. So I had a long sleeve of a black metal t-shirt, which the band is called Satanic War Master. Okay. And there's not enough black metal t-shirts, because they're not very high production. There's not that much behind them. So it's not enough. It's hard to get these shirts sometimes, right? So especially one that's not bootleg. So when I dug, I hadn't been, remember, this is when I was working at Macy's for a long time. So I was working, and this was during December, right? So I was working so many hours. And when I was working so many hours, I didn't have time to wear my metal t-shirts. So I didn't have time to dig in there for anything. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking to me or what?
So I didn't have time to wear my metal t-shirts or whatever I want. I had to wear work attire, right? So finally I had a day off, and I was going to wear the long sleeve shirt because it was December and it was starting to get cold. Tell me why. Like, I always roll my t-shirts, right? I always roll them up, put them away, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I open it. Mind you, I haven't been in that drawer in a while because I've been in my other drawer where all my work clothes are at. So tell me why I see that shirt laid across. And I was like, that's funny. I don't remember doing this. Maybe when I washed clothes, I was in a rush and I was just lazy and I just put it in there. But I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I rolled them up, right?
Yeah.
When I got it and I was about to put it on, all of a sudden I see this rip. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is this? And then I see, it's not a rip like you think would happen in the wash or the dryer.
Yeah.
Only from side to here, going to the other side, like almost in a vertical.
Really?
And I was like, what the fucking hell? And
So is it possible to have Christian ghosts
Christian,
take revenge?
yeah. And, we'll get to that in a minute.
How dare she wear this black metal T-shirt?
No, he wasn't Christian or nothing like that. He was also like me. So I'm just saying the person who astral projected got mad because remember we're going back. Let me continue on. Okay. So I asked my friend Mary, who usually does all my readings, and I told her I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think because I was thinking it could have been him when he astral projected.
Okay.
But somehow, I just told her, I was like, can you just do a reading? She does tarot cards too, like I do. I was like, and like, I'm over here frantic, so I can't read my own cards. When you're frantic, you can't do it. So
right.
She pulls out the cards, and then she was like, because that same night I heard a woman's laughter, and I was like, but I already knew it was him that was in there, and I wanted him to leave, but I was like, no, that's not his laughter. So remember, I have deities now. Like I worship other deities. I don't worship the typical Christian God.
Right.
And she goes, I think the goddess Hecate was laughing when she found him ripping up your shirt because it shows that they ganged up on him because I have more than one god. So apparently they ganged up on him and he left running. So that
was a possibility. What happened?
Yeah. So he did do it. She says she saw that and that he did rip it up because he was angry that I wanted him out.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Wow.
And sometimes witches can even, I don't know what it was, but a few nights ago, there was another person who astral projected in my room, but it wasn't that person. Because at least with that person, I felt like a comfortable vibe, like he wasn't going to hurt me. This other one, I felt like was trying to scare me.
Right.
Hearing a voice saying, like, ignore it. They're not going to do anything to you. They're just trying to scare you. I was like, okay.
So now there was a documentary that came out several years ago, and I don't remember the name of it. It might still be on Netflix, but it was talking about sleep paralysis.
Oh, I heard about it. I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it? I heard it's good. I haven't got around to checking it out. Now, is that legit?
Oh,
is that a legit thing?
Paralysis. My experience. Let me tell you my experience with it. I've never seen the demon that everyone always talks about, which it won't surprise me because you got to understand we live in different. Like we are in a 3D world, yes, but that doesn't mean what's around us. But that what the naked eye cannot see, because you got to remember, cats can see more shit than we can. That doesn't mean there's not other dimensions around us.
Right. So it is possible to be in that sleep paralysis state and see something that you're probably not normally wouldn't see. Is that possible, or is that just their dreams?
No, it's possible. It's very possible.
Okay.
That you're seeing that. Yeah.
Okay. Someone's asking right now, Phat Samurai Guy, Mr. John Martinez, he goes, Phat Samurai Guy, did you see the trailer to Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage? If you did, what you think of it? All right.
Trailer reaction.
So I am, okay, I regret that I did not, me and Lady Fat Blood did not do a trailer reaction to Jiu-Jitsu because our reaction to it was hilarious. It was hilarious. We were laughing our asses off. I'll at least tell you this, John. We are really excited about the movie because it looks like shit. We're really excited to review it. Yes, so we will be reviewing it on the channel, but no, sorry. People are Facebook Messenger, Instagram, people are messaging me, Jax. They're like, hey, when are you guys doing you and Lady Fat Blood doing a trailer reaction to Jiu-Jitsu? It's a really bad sci-fi martial arts movie starring Nicolas Cage. That's it. That's it. And the trailer's glorious. Yeah, so gloriously bad. But yeah, we'll do a review if any of you guys were curious.
So I'm guessing nobody has seen anything yet, right? I'm guessing because I don't want to leave her on here too much because at the same time I kind of get the vibe like she doesn't like being here that much.
Yeah, that's especially fine.
She likes the
chat would have let us know if the doll was moving.
Yeah,
so Charlotte can go chill in the back.
So, anyways, say goodbye, Bo. Say goodbye. But yeah. No, it's what they were like, oh my god, you look so happy. Okay, you guys didn't see that, but oh, it's on your face. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
All right, so it's
But
my turn.
I also have.
It's my turn now. This is my doll. This is my doll, Freddy Krueger. My Freddy Krueger plush. Yes. So I'm gonna just chill it over here during your speech. All right. What's next?
See.
Any others?
Let me tell you a little bit about Christian witches, because a lot of people don't know there are Christian witches out there. If anything, you gotta be careful with.
Here. Wait, hold on. Christian witches. That's a thing?
Yeah.
How is that possible? How is that even possible?
It's possible with it. Here's the thing. First of all, I'm not going to get in the topic about religion that much, because besides, I'm not, obviously, like, I'm pagan, so it's not really an organized religion, right? It's not.
Yeah.
I
just never heard of that. I think that's fascinating. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. And the thing is, okay, I personally never read the Bible or anything like that, although I probably should, because a lot of these witches be getting their hexes from there. Because a lot of people have said you could literally cast a spell by using the Bible. And I kind of believe that. Well, I actually do believe that, because look at the story of Cain and Abel. You could literally separate a family or brothers or siblings or whatever with that story.
Right, it's true.
So
hold on a second. Hold on. Somebody just commented. Yeah. I can hear MST3K in the background. That's hilarious. So I guess me having the headphones on doesn't work. All right, fuck the headphones. I'm taking them off. If people can still hear what Lady Fabula is watching, she's watching MST3K. Sunset Hotline, you hit it right on the button there. All right. All right. Fuck the headphones. We'll just finish. Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I don't know much of their craft, but I do know they do use that, and they do similar stuff to other pagan stuff. You know, it's all interchangeable. You know, we all borrow stuff from each other. It's just like, you know, Christians mainly work with, maybe sometimes they'll even work with the saints, and you know, you got to remember there's Santeria. Santeria is Catholic mixed with voodoo, I believe, because you forget when they brought in the slaves to the Spanish countries, or to even here to like the New Orleans area and all that stuff. You know, they wanted to still do their religion, but they had to combine it with whatever religion was there. So that's how Santeria came about.
Right.
But oh yeah, some of that stuff like Haitian voodoo and all that, that's some serious stuff. Like they will literally do like zombie kind of bullshit. It's not what we think, but I have heard like in Haiti, like there are usually soldiers around cemeteries, because like witches will or whoever will go over there and try to dig up a dead body, and will turn the zombie into a servant. So I've heard of that, and they're very secretive about their religion. Like at least with paganism, when it comes to like candle magic or anything like that, there are books out there to help you out and, you know, guide you in your own way. With some like voodoo, Santeria, all that stuff, you need to go to somebody who knows that to teach you.
Right. Have you heard of, on a different topic, have you heard of the wrestler Vampiro?
Yes.
Okay.
With Misfits, right? I remember
Misfits
one.
Huh?
He came out with the Misfits one time.
Oh, that's right. In WCW. I watched a video with him, and it was very interesting. He said that, you know, he has a very open mind. He became obsessed with paranormal things and supernatural things, and cults, different types of cults and religions. He became obsessed with it and wanted to study and learn like as much as he could. He said he went to Italy. He went over to Italy and to visit a cult there. There was like this underground cult. And he said that it was an experience he'll never forget. But the guy that was interviewing him was kind of pumping him for more information. And he says he cannot, for fear of his life.
Oh, yeah.
He cannot give any more information on who he spoke to, what he did there, and what happened.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this guy is a badass. Like, this is a guy who will have exploding ring matches and dump his head on thumbtacks and put the table on fire. And he'll go head first in it. I mean, he was a badass back in the day. For him to be like, no, I can't go into detail of what was out there. I was pretty fascinating to hear that.
because there's this, I don't like the guy. He's arrogant. This is a problem where I have with like Satanism and Luciferians, because they could get a little arrogant, just like the Christians. And don't forget, it's still an organized religion, maybe just not as much as Christianity or Muslim or any of that stuff, but it's still an organized religion. It's under the Abrahamic religion, which is part like Muslim, Judaism, Christianity, and all that. So my issue with them is they're just as arrogant as the others. Like they think Satan is the only one, and like there's nothing else out there. And there's this one guy named E.A. Coetti, and I used to watch his videos because I was just, I'm open-minded to it. Like I want to know, but sometimes these people like, I want to know the information. But what pissed me off one time, because he's obviously kind of open to, he's very left-hand path. So obviously that's deeper, darker stuff. So he was very open with like, voodoo and all this kind of stuff, right? And he would have people that he'll interview. And he wrote a book, and who knows what's going to happen to him. I don't know if anything has happened. I don't even know if it's been published yet, the book. But yeah, he went, I believe, to Haiti or somewhere around there. And they taught him some stuff, and there was some book that it was only amongst those people called like the Green Butterfly or something like that. And he's all like, I'm going to publish this book, even though they threatened me that they were going to hex me for the rest of my life and make sure my life was living hell. I was like, first of all, you're disrespecting a culture. Don't do that. It's like, no, don't do that. You don't do that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, so I was like, I used to watch his stuff, and then
there's really no reason for Vampiro
to
not make up some kind of story to get him over. Like he was just like, no, I'm not talking about it. Back to Vampiro.
No, people are crazy and they will kill you. Yeah, they will. Yeah. They don't care. Like they don't care about karma. Like with me, like I could have done so many things to so many people, but like I'm working on my karma. That way, my next life I won't have such shitty karma.
Yeah, the Sci-Fi Century says Vampiro has a documentary coming out. Also, he's a straight up guy. Also. Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like one of those guys you don't want to fuck with. But I thought that was interesting.
Are quite deep in mysticism. If I'm not mistaken, many belief system and cultural influence has their specific supernatural side on them. Yeah, there's a lot of churches that do have their supernatural side to them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, and that's any other ghost stories to share with the chat, or is that enough for today?
Should we continue for another 30 minutes? I'm down to continue for another 30 minutes if you want.
Sure. I mean, it's all you at this point. It's all you. Go for it.
Oh, okay. You don't have no more stories either?
No, that was it.
Well,
I mean, as of right now, I mean, that's the meat. Hold on. Lady Fat Blood's coming over here. Hold on.
I can't come over there.
There's
no room.
Say hi.
There's no room.
You bend over and say hi.
I can't. There's no room.
All right, hold on. She's going to say hi to chat. Hold on. She's going to say hi. There she is. Hey, there she is. Oh, look at her.
Oh, how are you?
Wow. Kiss. That's what happens when you go live. Yeah. She's getting ready for work because she's a badass. Yeah. That's right. We have Starscreen shirt.
Because I'm old.
G1 representing. But yeah, we're just hanging out. I was
telling ghost stories.
Telling all my ghost stories.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm telling all my ghost stories that are experiences from all the previous warehouse distribution centers that I've worked. And I told Jax got a kick out of chat too. Got a kick out of my spending the night at a friend's house that went horribly wrong story.
Hey!
Sci-Fi Century says, what up, Lady Fat Blood?
What up, D-Rage?
Yeah, D-Rage. Make sure you guys go over to the Sci-Fi Century channel, subscribe, show some support and love, as well as JaxB, TheRipper. But what time are you here?
A little later.
Okay. All right. Next ghost story, go. I'm good. So if you have any more, we can.
I mean, from you. Okay. So I'm great. Now I'm stumped because you're putting me on the spot. But okay.
Well, your stories have already obliterated mine already.
The phone call.
I don't have any fighting the demon stories or getting choked. I don't have any of that.
There's one that oh, should I tell you about the incubus that tried to rape me?
Sure. You brought it up. You might as well. Hey, just in time, babe. Just in time.
Where's my popcorn?
Where's your popcorn? All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is what happened. This is when I was atheist and I didn't want to believe in shit, right? I had just left being Catholic, and I was like, I was never serious Catholic anyways, but you know, just the belief of God was there. So, and I was just sick of what religion was all about, and I thought that was the only thing out there anyways. So I was just like, you know what, I'm done. This is ridiculous. So I was atheist for like a good couple years, I think. And what happened was like, and I got my wisdom teeth taken out late when I was like 27 years old or something like that, because they took forever to grow in or whatever, right? So I had got them taken out, and the dentist, all he prescribed was antibiotics and Tylenol extra strength. No Vicodin, no other trippy little drugs, just Tylenol extra strength. So I'm making that very clear that I wasn't on any kind of morphine or anything like that, okay? So, so anyways, what happened was, so I was out of it. You know, your brain is very weak at that time. And like I said, when your brain is kind of weak, and it's kind of opens up a lot of stuff that you can't, like I said, when you're in a sleep paralysis mode and you're in that part where you're like half asleep and I told you there's other dimensions out there, it's because you're able to see that your mind has expanded and you're able to see stuff like that. Well, it's the same thing when you have like any kind of like head surgery or anything, you know, close to there. You're weak and you can't do much, right? So I was sleeping a lot like the first 2 or 3 days because of my wisdom teeth. And I had, at that time I had Twitter. I used to have a Twitter, not anymore. And on my phone, I used to have it on there. And I used to get a lot of notifications of Twitter for like the dumbest shit, right? That's why I hated Twitter. So I had my phone charging across my room, and I was laying down, and like I felt like something was like waking me up. Like it was on the top of my back, and I was like this. I like to sleep on my side a lot, or on my stomach. I used to sleep on my stomach a lot. And I'm just like, what the hell's playing with my hair? I just thought, right? So I just kind of turn around, and, you know, I'm laying down, but then first, like, I'm opening my eyes and I'm facing towards my door, and I saw 3 shadow people. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know if you heard of shadow people, but it's just the way they look. It's like a shadowy silhouette. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the hell is that? And they're talking and they're loud. I just remember they were so loud, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. And like, you know, and like I said, I was in so much pain from everything, right? And I'm just like, we need to overthrow the Tylenol mafia. What? Okay.
I just saw that. Oh, shout out to Wet Movie One saying what's up to Lady Fat Blood. Go ahead.
Okay, by Sci-Fi Century. So, you know, so I'm just like looking at that, and then all of a sudden I hear breathing on top of me, and I look around, and like, it's at first it was like really dark, but for sure I saw wings, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I was just like, but the thing is, like, I was so tired that I couldn't, like, you know, I couldn't move, and there was something on top of me. So it took like I really felt like something was draining me too. Like, I know I was in pain and everything, but how is it that I don't feel like, you know, something's being sucked out of me? You know what I mean? Like, we've all had pain, and we all know we don't feel like the life is being sucked out of you. You're just feeling the pain. That's what it is.
Could it have been an incubus?
Yeah. So I'm getting to that. So, so I kept, you know, I saw it, but then my phone kept going off like crazy with the Twitter. Like, it kept going off. So, and I just remember, I don't even know how I did it, but I just remember the noise was so loud and it was just ringing. So I got up, but I felt so zombified. Again, I'm only on Tylenol extra strength and antibiotics. So I'm not on Benadryl or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't drink, and I really wanted to drink. So, and I would go, and I just felt like something was pulling me back to the bed, like, get back to bed, right? Like, it wanted me back there. So when I like turned off the notification, you know, just swiped or whatever, I am back to my bed. And once again, it started getting clearer and clearer, like what I was seeing. I was just like, oh my God, it's a demon. And then like it was trying to pull down the, the bed sheets or whatever. And then like, it did, because I felt it going down. And then again, I heard my phone and I saw that the bed sheet was down, and I got up. And again, like it took me 3 or 4 times walking to finally wake up. Because it literally felt like I was sleepwalking, but nobody knows when they're sleepwalking. That's the thing. So it was really like a zombified like kind of thing. So finally, when I snapped out of it, when I was snapping out, like the less and less I was seeing them. So after that, like, and it always stayed with me. I was like, was that an incubus? Was it trying to rape me? Like, because the reason why I say that too, because the only words I was able to make out with the shadow people, then they were like right there too. My dolls weren't there at first, and they were over here, but they were like right there. Like I was just like, oh well, let's watch what he does to her. So like that's all.
Right. How bizarre! Oh, I lost you.
And then like a month later, it's because I used to be a freelance makeup artist, so I had to go into Calabasas, and the house I was in just so happens everybody did something. They were either like, I don't know, a shaman. They were either something of some kind of spiritual path, right? And I described what it was, and right away the guy said incubus. Right away.
Really?
And
so I was right.
He's like incubus and succubuses like, incubuses especially have to go when you're in a weak state in order to do that. Like unlike a succubus, I think it's a female and it's more trick men to like do that, and then they feel weak afterwards. But so it's
the incubus though, they feed off the
oh, there we go.
Can you hear me? Yeah. The incubus though, they feed off the energy, right? Can you hear me?
And then they have to proceed to rape you after that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Whereas like a succubus, they could just literally go in when you're asleep.
Right. Oh, well, thank you, Nate Dogs 212. Looking good, Phat Samurai Guy and the wife. That's because I'm sitting down, so you don't see too much of the gut.
We're back.
Oh no, we lost Jax. What happened?
We're back.
She's back.
Incubus is chewing the connection. I think that's where we should call it off now.
All right, it's the sign. That's the sign.
Far now. Maybe I'm waking stuff up around.
Yeah, well, this was fun. This was a blast. We'll definitely do more of these live streams of Verbal Nectar podcast episodes. Thanks for Lady Fat Blood stopping by and say hi.
Contributing absolutely nothing.
It's cool. They get to see you for a little bit. So thank you, chat, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for watching us. Don't forget, you can listen to this on FM Anchor and Spotify. And this video will, obviously be on YouTube for you guys to watch on that Phat Samurai Guy channel. But thank you, Jax, for joining us for some spookity-ookity time. That's right. 'Tis the season.
I hope I didn't freak anybody out.
'Tis the season. Well, we wanted to scare some people. I mean, come on, man. If I'm telling stories, embarrassing myself, I want someone at least watching to be a little creeped out about it, But we have Nate Dogs 212 here saying would love to see more Phat Samurai Guy live streams. Well, you're gonna get them now, buddy. But yeah, thanks again for joining in with me, Jax. Don't forget to check out her YouTube channel. She talks about everything metal. Sometimes she'll do movie reviews once in a while. Maybe she'll review Ouija, what we shall see, and call bullshit on the whole movie. But yeah, make sure you go over to her channel, JaxB.TheRipper. That's right, as Tim Ripper Owens.
Yeah.
That's right.
He'll leave a link down below once this is rendered.
Yeah, I'll add the links to everything. And,
all right, then. It was nice talking to you guys. Y'all have a good night, okay?
All right, you guys take care. Peace out. See you next time.
Bye.